Alright, so last time you guys gathered with Jacqueline Enroux on the high peaks with the flybys and gathering with Iskander, who is going to be your guide. You all decided to take the machines that were imbued with this blue magical gem and after clearing out the trolls, go to the highest parts of the peaks and fly and soar with Iskander to Audrey. You were told that this would require some training and it was possibly a deadly trip. You guys handled it though with pretty, I'd say, ease. And with that saw a lot of what was going on the surface. You saw that it was covered with ash and ember. You saw that the land was changing and plagued with something. Everything on the surface from what you had heard is true. And you saw these huge craters, among other things, that were signs of the calamity. You saw that the barren void was built upon tall pillars of conflux. And as you guys flew on by, you entered what you led to believe to be the city of Panau, where the city covered in fog, where all the gorgeous and vibrant flowers stopped growing. You guys landed here, and fuck this, you tracked down this young woman named Syndra with her 2 children, who seemed to be riding a caravan seeking to get help going into town. Her children were sick. You and Life both gave aid, curing one of the young boys, and have now gathered into this caravan, getting ready to enter the city, looking for Life's nephew, Teldris. Now, that's where we're going to pick up. You guys are about 150 feet out. You guys are in a caravan. It has a small, basic white tarp on the top. It's about 7 to 8 feet wide. You are sitting in the back with, actually, I think someone jumped up front.
I'm up front.
Yeah, you jumped up front, and the rest of you guys are in the back. And as you guys walk forward, or are being brought forward in this caravan, you see 2 guards being brought. It's about 9 a.m. You notice at this point that the rain does start to kind of pick up. Nothing too much, but it is present. You wait a few moments. You see that they're about 50 feet off, and they're just kind of waiting for your approach. What are you guys doing?
Hanging out back of this carriage.
I think I'm gonna let you speak. Fuck this, because you're already up there. If I remember
I
correctly.
mean,
And you're also the best speaky boy.
And so you just waiting? You just wait until you meet the guards?
I'm gonna have like my map of Audrey and just kind of be mapping like where we've come from thus far, even though it's only been like.
Did you say Syndra?
Yeah.
Syndra had 2 boys?
No, 1 girl and a boy.
That's what I thought. I was like, huh?
Now, are you doing anything with your gem?
Imagine that's going on.
And are you guys changing anything about your appearance or anything before we go in, so that way?
Oh, I'll make sure the blue gem is tucked away.
Okay. Oh, that's right, you have it now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I think all of it.
got you.
You know?
This is,
Okay.
this is like
Flipped
what
it with.
where we've been.
All right. Well, you guys wait a few moments. You see the small boy kind of looking around at your gear. You see, as you approach, these 2 dark individuals come into illumination under the darkened mist. You wait a few moments, no sun gleaming through all this mist, very, very thick. You see bright symbols on these walls, now coming into vision of these high cascading walls. You see behind them about 3 high towering buildings. You hear a knock as the wheels kind of come to a stop, and you see one, not even saying anything, walk up and hit what looks to be like a large spear or some sort of sword. It's kind of hard to tell in the early morning mist. You wait and you hear, stop. Who seems to be traveling here? You see Syndra just kind of leans forward. Just a few travelers and myself and my family. I had some illness that we came here to seek advice on, and You see him, he just kind of starts walking to the back, and he kind of pulls his hand, and you can see it's definitely a male. You're not quite sure. You wait a moment. Give me, what's everybody's passive perception?
19.
19?
11.
11?
15.
Okay, Orem, as he walks to the back, you see the tarps kind of pulled open, and you barely can see, somewhat pale skin, though humanoid. This looks to be a human. He looks to be older, and after a few moments, he kind of looks on the inside. You traveling with anything, some sort of contraband or anything I need to know of? You see the other one walk up. Yes, is there anything we need to know of that is within the proximity of your caravan, miss? And what is your name, sir?
Theodore.
Theodore. Huh. Well, seems as if we could let you in. Which side are you, well, I guess I should say a part of? The factions?
We're new in the area.
Cinder kind of puts her hand on your, chest for a moment. We wish to remain neutral, but if we are to gain entry with some other way, and you see she kind of starts to pull out a coin, and she has a gold. I would say that the crows are who we enjoy the most, and you see she flips him a coin, and he catches it. That's not gonna be enough, and you see him, he starts just tossing it in his hand, and it's just flipping over and over. She kind of looks at you. Well, that's all I have. You see, I must keep the rest for town, and the individual looks at you. What about you? You want passage in, don't you?
Well, if we're leaning toward the crows,
Got any
I'd
coin?
like to learn more.
I don't care what you want to learn. You got any coin to get into the town, boy? This is pan out. You telling me you're not rocking any faction? I don't see any cloaks. You got some weird bandana on. And all I know is you're new here. So either pay up, or you can churn that caravan right around.
I got 10 gold.
Give me a persuasion check.
Hide it.
I don't think these guards would appreciate stuff like that.
Yeah. 23.
23. You wait a minute.
That's why I needed to be a sorcerer. So
10 gold. And hurry up and get on. You see there's a couple of caravans coming in the back now. It's early morning. You see large heaping, what look to be similar caravans that were coming the day prior in the night. You saw the large heaping mounds of what looked to be these carriages of something that smells of rotting flesh. You wait a few moments. You toss in the 10 gold?
Yep.
All right, enjoy your stay at Panau. Now, she kind of smacks the rein and Cinder kind of leans in. Thank you. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I didn't get you into any trouble. You guys start making your way in, and as you do so, you notice, Orem especially, as you guys kind of glance through, looking through the tarps, you notice on the walls, high, about 50 feet, and now as you get closer, you start hearing the drops of sound of running water. You look and you notice that this bridge is over what seems to be about 100 to 150, you're not quite sure what the mist, descent that just overhangs what looks to be a large moat that is built around the entirety of this city. You see that this gate that is being brought down now that the day is open and people are traversing in and out of the city. You guys start taking your carriage on this bridge. There are what look to be spikes, and you notice that some of them have fresh blood on them. You see that people are armed, and guards, from what you can tell, are all wearing black, thick robes. As you guys keep making your way into town, you notice that as you guys crest into where the, I'd say the large gate would be, you see on the right and the left, the large symbol of Baal. This scald symbol with blood droplets encasing it. And if you look, even on the map right here, that's what these are. So on each side, you see him kind of just brought up on the right and the left side, just symbolizing, not even hiding it, that this is a city known for death, known for murder. It seems to be common. As you walk in and you are brought in by your carriage, you notice immediately that there's this stench about the city that just smells of rot and decay. There seems to be nothing brighter than maybe a dull orange or brown that seems to cascade within your view. Nothing seems to be bright in this town other than grays and browns that go throughout your entire vision. You see that there are 3 large buildings that kind of peak above the rest, that stand higher, almost like castles among hovels of villages. As you see, one large in the center, one off to the right and to the left seem to be smaller, that are almost like mimics of it, that seem to just sit to the sides. You guys make your way in, cascading through the rest of the city. You guys go for about 5 minutes where you hit this small, worn down center of town. The smell of rot and decay is at its peak here. You see people walking around that seem to not be wearing shoes. You see individuals that have any value seem to be picked from or almost bullied by either guards or from anybody that has any amount of worth. You wait a few moments and you notice that this town is literally a piece of shit city, and it is probably full of people that are in the likes of the same. You notice just by walking through, some individuals are black robed, and you see as you walk down one alleyway and now have sat in the center of town, you see people being brought in, these large carriages. You see there's bodies, arms, limbs that are now kind of strewing out the sides of them. You notice that there's a large group of children that have been brought in, and you see them waiting, all locked and caged in what looks to be some sort of carriage. You see most of them are crying, no older than the age of 7 or 8. They're not even hiding it. This seems to be normal life here in Penau. You wait a few moments, and as you guys are sitting here, everybody give me a perception check.
7.
7.
Got a 10.
13.
Okay. All right. You wait a few moments. You're not quite sure exactly what you're looking for. You've walked into town. You seem out of place. Your attire immediately, honestly, sticks out. You notice this after a few moments. There are also very few individuals here that seem to be out during this time of day. You notice that shops are open, but people walking in the streets doesn't seem to be quite the common thing, at least for right now. You notice that on the rest of the walls, you see that there is the names of Duradel Harrod. The leader, he seems to be very prominent here in his establishment, and you notice that on him, or just with your passive perception, you're not stupid, you notice that he's wearing a ring, and this ring has a green, what looks to be gem in it.
Green?
You see that it seems to be right on his left hand, almost like where a wedding band would be worn, but you notice it, and it sticks out, especially have seen a couple. This is prominent in your vision immediate as you look at him. The rest of the picture seems to be kind of faded, worn within the weather. The rain seems to be beating down and wearing anything else that you see in the area down. You guys keep going through the rest of the center of town, but as you sit back, you wait a few moments, and this very browned out with a hood and cloak individual comes up. What are you guys just doing sitting in town? You hear somewhat of like almost a southern drawl, very out of character from what you've seen here in town, and he almost walks with not a dark or gloomy like aura to him. He seems kind of springy almost in his step.
So he seems like super out of place.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You're not from here.
From what it looks like, neither are you.
Well, no, and it seems like our paths seem to cross.
I'm still heavily drinking. They said crows.
Yeah.
You see Sindra, she kind of leans forward. Well, we're not looking for any trouble. We're just getting ready to actually find the doctor, and he kind of leans in. Oh, you don't want no doctor here. She kind of looks. Well, why is that? Let me just say, he's not going to be fixing none of your boys or girls or any of the likes of you all in the ways that you would like, unless you fancy that kind of red blood drip, if you know what I'm saying. And he kind of just leans back against one of the walls. How about you fancy me a talk here out of your carriage, and where'd you say you were from again?
We didn't. Neither did you.
I just be coming from the Rocks region, flying through one of the airships, landing through here on business, and you seem as out of place as ever.
Yeah?
Well, it's not every day that I come back home here and I see 4 individuals riding in a carriage with some young lady making their way into my fine city, and I'm asking questions.
You just gave us a ride.
Oh, I know she's probably not any part of it. I look at your gear, and she's not really wearing any of that.
This is your city?
Oh, I live here. It's not mine per se, but it's my establishment, what I call my home.
I mean, the only way we're having a conversation is if it's a question for a question. We're new in town. Seems you have information.
I know things.
You know?
What do you want to know?
Do we need to talk to this guy? I feel like we can get information from other people. We don't have to talk to this guy. Yeah.
The issue is, if we're not upfront with him, at least a little bit, there's a chance he'll inform others. And I don't know about you, but both of you are very identifiable.
Oh, 100%.
You dumb motherfuckers.
Oh, no, I know.
You are not blend-in type of people. The only person that's blending in is Seth, and that's because he just disguises himself as a human.
Yeah.
Or anything all the time.
Yeah.
But you fucks, you
Yeah.
sore thumbs.
I'm not worried
You're a
about
beacon.
that. Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Fuck, he probably has a wanted poster of you somewhere.
Don't know. Don't know.
That's if we're actually wanted by the rocks.
Your paranoia is showing through.
So,
I'm wearing it. I am wearing a tinfoil
So
hat.
listen.
And heavily drinking.
Your hat,
I
yours
think-
is jumping
To keep
so
calm.
many guns.
I think you're just overthinking it. I hear y'all squabbling about something, and
Yeah, I mean,
I
the only
just,
thing we need to know is,
I was just asking a question.
yeah.
I can be passing on through, and he kind of starts leaning back up off the wall. No pardons here. It's all right.
What's your name?
Ah, and he kind of smiles. You said a question for a question. I told you where I came from, and you're the one withholding information. And he starts just walking away.
Okay, I just asked a question.
No, we have to answer the question too.
Oh,
Dumbass heck.
You already asked.
Fuck.
See.
Right.
the question was what's his name?
Well, you asked for.
No, the first question was where are you from? Where are you from?
Yeah.
So he returned it to us.
And he answered.
Oh.
He answered, and then you didn't
Did
answer
he?
back.
Yes.
Oh no.
He flew
Oh,
from an
I thought you
airship.
volunteered that information. I don't remember ever asking. Did we?
No, yeah. That was the first question.
Oh no, I'm.
So do we inform him now that you were aware above table
Yeah.
what the fuck was happening?
Well, do you say that? Do you outburst
like,
and
yeah,
say
yeah,
Hexwell?
sure.
I guess it's more
Your
from
whole,
you.
like,
Too late.
your
Yeah,
whole, your whole, like,
So you
convoy
see
thing
as
threw me way
he's
off.
taking a turn, and he kind of waits a moment. He kind of laughs.
Christ.
Yeah.
So, how did I not see you on the airship? How long you been in town?
Oh,
Just got
immediately. Now.
Same.
10 minutes. You live here.
No, I just came from the airships. I do live
he
here,
just
but
told us he just got back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
you all right there, boy?
He said he works in the Rocks region and this is his home.
Oh, okay. So he just got back.
Well, I don't
Yeah, so
work in
he's
the Rocks
from
region,
here.
but I flew through the Rocks region. Yeah.
He was working somewhere that wasn't here and has come home.
Now we're getting into all times of
Everybody's
certainties.
confused.
Listen,
Yeah.
we're here and we're now. So, Hexwell,
I'm drinking heavy.
I didn't see you on the airships, and you just got here.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't compensate for the amount of drinking I'm doing right now.
Not if you're just gonna purify it. You can just for the
Yeah, no,
just for the hell of
gonna
it,
go
sure.
through like one
He waits a moment.
taking advantage on poison checks.
No business here in Panau, huh? All I'm saying is
Isn't it a refresher?
coming from a place like Hexwell, and you coming from here sticking out. Do you know what's happening here? Do you know what's going on?
We've heard rumors.
He just looks around. I wouldn't say anything too loud, but most of those rumors probably true. Most of the people you probably looking at might be some of those people that you heard rumors about. Gotta be careful.
Where do you fit in?
Special place. Got special individuals that I know. And, yeah. That's how I know which ones are, the ones.
You work with these people?
We're talking about the weird
Sometimes,
supernatural
maybe.
creatures, right?
Maybe they don't even know.
I'm fucking.
Is that what he's talking about?
I have no idea.
I'm whispering this loud enough for him to hear me, but I'm trying.
He kinda just looks-
but I'm trying not to.
This whole conversation.
I'm drunk.
The place is not to be here to speak of this, but maybe down the alleyway, in a tavern, a known establishment, but I don't know if I can trust you.
You can't.
But why? Wait. So 1 second. As I think he's still fucking confused.
Oh,
you are not a Rocks region. You are a.
No.
You are from here, this continent.
I mean,
this region.
I'm pretty
Somewhere
sure.
in this region.
I'm pretty sure I'm
Not from the Rocks region.
No.
He is not a Rocks.
I've been here
He's
for
been
about
taking
15
airships,
years.
Which,
Okay.
remember, are controlled by the Rocks.
Yeah.
They're not the Rocks.
Yes.
So calm the fuck down.
I do business all over.
You have no reason to randomly distrust this man.
Like a bullying
Yeah.
conversation.
Yes. Yeah. The whole. He said that he was from Rocks, and so.
Yeah, you
What-
went.
Yeah.
We
when you
kinda
say
did-
you're from a region, I would assume that's where you live and that's where your allegiance.
Well, I said
is.
I flew through. That's where I'm coming
No,
from.
he was coming from Rocks.
Yeah, he's from Rocks.
No,
so
no, you're.
that's where the miscommunication was.
Yeah.
I heard from Rocks, and
Instead of
therefore
coming
he's
from
from
Rocks.
Rocks. Yeah. See how that from Rocks to from Rocks? It's the same
Yeah.
fucking two words.
Different context, though.
Yeah.
You got confused.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
He just kind of looks
So yeah,
at it with
let's
his
go
cocked
talk
eye.
over there
so you
in the
never
tavern
told us
so
your
I
name.
can drink more.
Still never told us. Yeah.
Never told
We'll
us
wait
your name.
until we're in the bar,
So are we trading questions here?
and we'll trade questions in the bar. I'm saying this like
I
this is
fucking,
happening.
I don't know, dog.
You don't know where the bar is.
We don't.
But you do because you're from here.
Well, yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
He's from here.
so I'm saying let's skip the questions in the middle of the street because that's just
the fact that he's not Rocks immediately makes me feel better.
Let's go talk to this guy.
That's the only reason I didn't like this guy.
I mean, you don't have to. If you got business and want to meet up at a different time, I'm just saying.
no. We got time.
We don't. I don't know if we
No,
do.
we do.
Do we?
And we have like 16 hours, and we also need information. And this guy lives here,
I don't know. Whatever.
and he's right here.
Well, we can do the talking then.
I did. Let's go. We're going to the bar.
We'll lead the way.
He has to leave. Look, I don't know what the bar is.
Hey, lead this guy to a bar. We'll follow him.
All right, give me a persuasion check from you all. One of you can aid. I don't care who, but one of you need to give me a persuasion check, or two separate.
He's
saying,
aided.
can I please
Two
do it?
separate or
I-
one aided?
Do you want
Because you want to drink.
one persuasion. I know.
You want to drink. You
I don't
persuade.
even want to succeed.
Because you're the one that's street smart.
You aided?
I'm aiding
I'm
him.
rolling.
All right, so you're at advantage. Okay.
Advantage. Okay. That's a 25.
Nice.
25.
Okay. So you wait a minute.
I was plus
He
three.
kinda- He sits back. All right. I was gonna go get a drink anyway. So come on. He waits a few moments. You see Cinder just sitting here while all this is happening.
I'm going to say Cinder, here's some gold. Would you like some food and shit for everyone?
How much gold?
10.
Make sure you take that.
Thanks for the
10 gold.
Tell her, thanks.
She just looks at you.
Buy some supplies and get out of the city as fast as possible.
Thanks for helping us get into the town. City will be kind to us, at least for paying some dues. She kind of looks back. Okay, children, let's go. And she kind of moseys on about her ways. You guys get out of her carriage. You guys go on.
I'm not.
You hear the horse go on as the carriage goes.
She associated herself with the crows. The reason I haven't murdered her is because there's children that she's caring for. And hopefully not selling.
She opened that statement when she wants to remain neutral. The crows thing was just to satisfy them.
I know. But that's what we don't know that.
We also don't know what the other option was.
True.
So, you guys now are being led after about a 5 to 10 minute slow walk. You walk with them. You see that there are flowers that looked as if they've been freshly picked from outside of the city limits. And then you see them wilting as you're walking by, turning almost like a blackish gray as you visibly see the color just fade from them. You see nothing here stays of any vibrant in color, or it seems to be just smeared or smudged out quickly. After a few moments, you see that there's a few carriages walking by. Everybody seems to be kind of hooded or cloaked, though. You wait a few moments. You notice that there's an individual that seems to be kind of, I'd say, walking with 4 other dark-robed individuals. Now, you've seen many dark-robed, but these seem to be wearing gold chains. And you see hanging from what looks to be a large flag that looks like a tabard almost, that they're hanging and holding up in the center of the 4 that are walking. Some sort of symbol. You look, this is different from Ball. You notice that this... give me a history check. Or I'd even allow an intelligence check from Orem only.
I'm a smart boy, and I've lived up in the cloud top for like
religion.
a
No,
year.
not this.
Same thing.
Not with anything you've given me.
5.
5. You notice that,
Oh, you said history?
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
You notice that this symbol you guys have never quite seen before. It looks almost like a male figure that seems to be clouded in some sort of dark robe. You see almost these fang depictions, and the robe looks almost like a bat wing that seems to be shrouded around it. You notice that the people that are carrying this seem to be almost frail but very lanky in size, all humans about 6'2" to 6'3", and as Orm at least can tell it this passively, all quite pale in complexion. You notice that as they walk by, they have this reddish hue to their eyes, and they kind of dart and glint off as they walk through. You wait a few moments, you see them walk on by, no words are said. They just walk through the town and people just kind of stare off. You see certain individuals nod their head. Now, Orm, you see a few, as you notice a couple nod their head, you see some very quickly, almost quickly bow. Trying to be very subtle about it, but you, with a 19 perception with your passive, you would at least see some of this happening. The rest of you wouldn't.
Wait, bow to who?
You wouldn't see anything.
So, I mean, I can see their
No, I'm
back.
asking above table. Because, like, I'm just want to know what the theme is.
They're just like
They're bowing to
Not
these
it.
people that are carrying this symbol.
Okay.
Oh, the
I thought the symbols people were bowing to random
No,
things.
no.
So, I mean,
These citizens are bowing
you
to
said
this.
I've seen a bunch of like dark cloak, like I can see like
Black
red-eyed
robes.
people.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you could. Give me a perception. He can passively see it because his passive perception is a 19. Yeah, you see it as they're kind of staring and you're intently looking. You also notice that these gold chains and trinkets are out of place in a way. You haven't seen anybody else wearing those, and you wait a moment and you almost have seen these before on some of the jewelry that Janice Trigley was wearing.
Oh.
You notice that the gold immediately kind of, with that 15 perception, it catches you off a little bit. Like, why that gold and ornate necklace and jewelry that they're wearing seems to be similar.
I will use Divine Sense. Are there any celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet of me?
You see
I know the location.
4 in the one banner holder in the middle, so 5. They're definitely undead. And you wait a minute. You see there's a few more. And I'll say you notice that they're not 100% undead. You notice they are undead. But you notice that they're also... What is it all you notice?
Celestial fiend undead.
Yeah, they're a mixture of fiend as well. You see demonic presence for sure. And this is almost like a I'd say it's above table, the best way to describe
I don't know
it.
if he knows the type. He just knows it's an undead.
Right.
That's it.
Well, I'm saying above table, the best way to describe it would be, you know they're undead, and you know that they have a demonic presence that is intermixed with them. You know that they're not just undead.
Say, I also know anything affected by the hollow spell. If that
No.
has any
Nope.
effect
Nope.
in this situation.
Nope.
I don't even know what that is.
Nope, you're good.
What is that?
It hollow.
Yeah,
like consecrates.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It makes it holy.
Yep. So you wait a few moments. You see him walk through. You see this effect. You see that this individual the man that you met has now started picking up. He looks. Yeah, they walk through town. If you don't mind them, they seem not to mind you. But just be careful what you say here.
And this guy we met, nothing.
Nothing. If you take a few moments, you make it into what looks like this broken down tavern. You see that it's got a hole in what looks to be the ceiling. The roof seems to be starting to kind of cave in. The door swings on ruined hinges, and you see that almost the entirety of the wood once was maybe some brown that is now almost like this molded green. You make your way in. No one greets you. Everyone seems to be kind of closed into themselves, even though there's about 20 people in here. You see the tender, he kind of motions but says nothing and nods. You notice the individual you're in. We'll take whatever's your cheapest, but your cleanest as well. Nothing tainted, please. The individual kind of just looks at you and says, that'll cost you extra. And you wait a few moments and you see that when he says this, these large fangs kind of start protruding out, and you notice that there's blood that kind of seeps around his lips. That is kind of off-putting to some of you. You notice that the eyes aren't completely red, but almost a soft hue to them. And you notice that this tavern is very dimly lit. You take a seat, and you notice the individual goes and gets you drinks, and the man sits there. The name's Strix. I don't usually tell many my name, but I know that you're not any of the bloodsuckers. And he kind of looks around. Just keep your voice down and we should be okay. Now, what are you all doing here? You've gotten yourselves into some shit if you're here. I know you don't have family here. Don't tell me some lie.
Look at life.
You kind of wait a moment. He sits there. Wife doesn't say anything. He then kind of, we just have business. Well, you say you have business, but
We've been hired to save someone's kid.
it seems as if there's a lot of kids coming in here, and I've heard that story maybe once or twice in the last 15 years, but I've never seen any getting out of here. Most of them coming in dead, though. Why are you mixing yourselves up in that kind of business?
Because on top, the kid's important. This specific kid.
I see. Now you say he's important. How's that?
We've given you information now. It's your turn to give us it.
What do you want to know?
I'm too drunk right now.
Well, we have
No, this
reason.
is you.
We
This
have
is you,
reason to believe that this.
Someone help.
No. No.
No, I'm saying this is madness. So I'm like, I should probably get less drunk.
Yeah. Let me switch containers.
Give me a second. Just give me a second.
We have reason to believe
Spill
this
a little
kid
bit.
is,
It's like, ooh.
is being possibly held captive in this city somewhere.
Think he's still alive?
We know he's still.
He sits back. Now at this point you see this fanged individual come forward. And he's about 5'8", carrying all 4 of your drinks and puts them down. You see long fingernails. That'll be 2 silver. Who's paying? You see Strix, he kind of sits back. I'll cover 2 of ours. He slaps down 1 silver. He
said,
grabs his drink.
Okay, I'll cover the other one, and then I'll immediately slide him my drink.
He takes it down and he just looks down. Anyway. So, this child is important. What makes you so sure whatever he does is so important to risk all your lives? Because I'm telling you, if he's alive and you're sure of it, and you're telling me he's been here, he must be important like you say. You see, for the first time, he finally takes back his brown hood. And you see a very kind of oldish, like white-haired man, tan-leathered skin. And for a moment, as you look at him, he doesn't have tan skin. It's very fine black, almost like caramel skin. And he leans forward under the very small dim light in here. If he's still alive, that whole situation must be just dangerous. So,
Go for it. Okay. So,
roll it. If you're gonna do it, just do it.
I'm doing it. Someone help.
No.
Hold my hand.
14.
Hey, see? You see he is very well kept. His body language is very easy. He doesn't seem to be shifty. He keeps his mannerisms to a T. Doesn't seem to be...
being very casual.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be fluctuating in his verbiage or anything.
He's either a super good liar or he's just being like completely
So,
casual about this.
you're gonna go after this child, and you see life. Yes, we're gonna go after him. Is there any way you can help? Strix
I think
just...
we're skipping a bunch of steps. Jesus Christ. I'm now sober. My name is Magnus.
Oh, nice to meet you, Magnus.
I'm gonna point at Orm, but I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not gonna just introduce everybody.
Warm.
Neither do I.
Motherfucker.
You wait a moment,
Like-
and he turns.
Read the room.
Yeah.
So, y'all think that
Actually, her middle name. Was
he might be located here? Where might...
This Theodore. Shit, I'm out.
One normal name in the entire
That was an asshole.
he goes and looks, so,
We've heard of a chapel. Oh fuck.
and you think he's in there?
We do think he's being held by I look around, lower my voice.
It's in here. You're right.
He just sits back. Well, of course. He runs the
Your
whole.
screen's falling over.
Is it?
This way a little bit.
Oh, maybe. He looks there, and he just takes a moment. So, is there anything else that I might need to know? Because if you're telling me that, he runs everything here.
And the issue is he's not running everything here alone.
What do you mean by that? And he kind of sits back and takes a long sip. You mean to tell me that there's something else going on here?
Break out my journal. I'm like, use your body. Just fucking move right here. Right. No.
You kind of wedge on over.
Like, is there like a menu in the tavern table? Like,
No,
it's
no
like
one
fucking-
has really came other than the drinks that were offered in the beginning.
I was joking, like, so
Oh,
like,
you set him up,
yeah,
make a folder fortress.
exactly.
He kind of leans in.
So I move like my tankard and I put my jug on the table.
You guys are sitting like in a row at a bar.
Yeah, and I'm like, and like.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
just-
So you,
'cause so we're
yep,
here.
Yep.
I'm gonna put the stuff here
Okay.
and like use and, like.
He just kinda
I break
looks
out my
down.
Journal. Our current theory is that Harriet is working with the Red Council and also the heir of the Rocks family, the oldest son. Is that what we've confirmed? For the Rocks family to like.
To do what?
It looks the Red Council is trying to like consolidate power, like, and by power I mean like complete and utter control of Hexwell.
With the elections coming up. Yeah.
More than they like a more aggressive power grab than I've seen in my duration of living.
So you're telling me that they're actually gonna go for it?
Yeah, I have letters of crows being allowed in Hexwell by the Red Council to take kids and bring them here. And the letters also incriminate the Rocks because they're using the airships to do it.
He just kind of leans in.
So we have the leaders of 3 regions,
There have
people within
been
the leadership of 3 regions trying to control it.
there've been so many carriages and caravans brought here with bodies. That all makes sense. You know what the city's known for, right?
I'm assuming.
And you know what they do. They take these bodies and they sacrifice them, and you know what Herod's trying to do here?
That we don't.
Well,
Just assumed it was really bad.
over the past 5-10 years, I ran into an individual. I'm not supposed to say his name, but been working with him. Been doing some business outside of Aldrey, trying to figure out what this Mr. Herod
I'm gonna start putting away my evidence with this fucking hit again, by the way.
is trying to do here. First, we thought maybe he was just over this war, trying to go after some power grab. Then we realized he was working with someone. We weren't quite sure who was funding him, giving him all this power, and how he came to gain all this power. A couple years ago, he didn't have nothing but just a few individuals helping him out. You know those, and he leans in, those bloodsuckers. Now he's got a whole pack of them. Damn near running the whole city. Ran out almost every normal human and anybody else that you can find here. And some of them, listen, some of them aren't even human. We got, and it points at you, there's some Dragon Ball bloodsuckers that changes. You can't trust any of them. Half of them right now. He just looks around.
What about the others? The Lycans? We talked about them? Am I getting too drunk again?
We call them the changes. People do call them the lichens. They change into many different things, though. They're at war with these bloodsuckers.
Who would you want to win?
Depends on what you want the outcome to be.
No, you live here. I want your opinion. Who would you want to win?
I mean,
Because I don't have any information about how they are.
currently, I'm trying to get out of here. But I got some debts to pay. Man saved my life, the one I'm working with. So once that debt's paid, which I don't know if it ever will be, but and he kind of chuckles. I'm just hoping that I'm alive to see a day where maybe I can decide. But I guess if it were up to me, I'd probably go with the Changers. They seem to be fighting a good fight. They're just outmatched. Not only outmatched, but propaganda against them, they misunderstood. They've been shunned into certain points and regions. And there's the killing fields. Thousands of them die. Their numbers have dwindled while they grow here. I've only heard certain stories and tales, but they're still putting up a fight, I hear. Now, I don't know if that really can help you with getting this kid out of your town here, but Panau's known for murder. Didn't always used to be this way. It used to be a gorgeous, beautiful, thriving city. The whole place of Audrey did, but Herod had this power. Didn't always have it, it seemed, or if he did, he just didn't choose to use it. Eventually came into this city, and when he did, took power almost immediately. Everything changed. And that was, maybe 30 years ago. For the past 15, I've just been trying to maybe figure out what all I could do, trying to live a normal life, and ran into this individual, and seems as if he's working with a group that needs to know a lot more about this Herod. That's why I've been traveling around. So it's funny that we both seem to meet up here. And you're telling me that you're here for some kid, and I'm trying to come back and figure out where these kids keep going. And why they keep coming back here. I just came from Hexwell about 4 weeks back. Kids came up missing. And now I come back here. There's piles of kids, bodies, even some adults. That's what's in those damn caravans. Don't let anybody fool you.
God damn it. The more I'm hearing, the more I'm thinking of something dumb.
So you don't know about this temple?
I don't know about no temple. Now look here. Look, I don't know about no temple. I know about 3 castles. You got the big one, and he kind of sits back. Gotta be careful about how long we talk here, but you're never gonna get into the main one. But there's a right and left castle. I guess that's the way we can call them. They're establishments of the Harrod family. They're guarded, as is most of the city. You walk around and you loiter for too long, you're going to be asked questions, and if you don't have a good reason, and if you're not a fanged one, they're going to throw you in prison. You're not going to want that. You're not going to get out. And if you do, they're going to offer you to change you, and that'll probably be the only way you get out. Now, you came at a good time, because the good old Durdell's out of town. And all the guards seem to be on a little bit of a vacay, knowing that the big old Papa's not in town to crack down the good old whip. I noticed when I came into town, I just had to pay a couple gold. They didn't even shake me down. Normally, they go through all your stuff, take some stuff, even bite you, change you right there. They've been doing that for years. But, they seem to be a little bit lax today. So, what are you all gonna do if I'd tell you that I might be able to get you into one of those there buildings, but I need to know something that I can trust you with to share who my individual is that I've been working with. Because he's going to have to be the key. And without your trust, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'll cut ties with you all together right here and right now.
Wait, what do you need?
I need your trust. Beyond understanding, I can help you if you want to try and maybe find what's inside one of these here buildings next to this castle, but unless you want to do extensive research yourself and possible weeks of figuring out how to get into these buildings, I can help you out. It's kind of my expertise. You say you're looking for this individual. What if he's in one of these?
If you can get us within 500 feet,
I mean, we can go look right now. Just if the guards come walking, you better have a good excuse of why we're walking in that district. That's Herod District. The whole city's Herod District, but that's the castle. The family castle. You go walking over there and you don't have a reason? You get caught midday? Whew. 500 feet, we might be able to get in range of one of them. Kind of hide, maybe. City's decent size.
We need to get out of this inn.
because if
The
we,
tavern,
I
where
mean,
the
if
fuck
we
we're
can
at.
get close enough to you to get located, we don't have to be directly.
But it
Right.
depends on the size of the building. I find it interesting that within the last 48 hours, you were the second person to ask of me to trust them. And first one went accurate. Hoping two will be a pattern.
What's your fear? Why are you so untrustworthy?
It's my nature.
His mom tried to murder him.
Well, listen, from all I've heard is you came a hell of a long way in not too long of time, and I don't know how the hell you all got here, but you must have risked something, and you came this far, so why are you worried about it if you're not going to do it anyway? If you've already committed to coming this far, why even second guessing it at this point?
That's what I was getting at.
Are we leaving the tavern? Are we walking out while
I
we
mean,
take that?
I'd like to finish my drink real quick, but if we got business, I guess.
Well, no, I want to keep talking. Just like I don't want to be seen just sitting here talking. Bees are everywhere.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know?
go in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, there's a slight chance that we.
Yeah. Consider
It's Vlad the whole time.
like I was trying to say. Trust is something not in my nature. It's a fatal flaw I've been trying to work on. It worked out well for me. I'm hoping it'll work out again. Consider until a reason is given, our trust unbroken.
The only thing that I could do to you is waste your time. It's about it, I promise. Now, we can walk. And he just chugs it down and poof, slams it. He gets up. A couple individuals kind of look over at you, and as you kind of make eye contact, and they kind of dart their eyes away. You make your way out. Very quiet tavern, probably the quietest one you've ever been in. You make your way out. The city, once again, quiet. The rain still pitter-patters. It's about 9 a.m. You make your way out. Still dark and gloomy. You couldn't even tell it was daytime. You see Strix. All right. He kind of throws back up his hood. I'll take you to the man I know. But, you gotta be secretive. And you can't tell anybody. He's supposed to, I I guess, be dead recently, but that's not what we're going after. You guys start making your way down this back alley. He comes over, and you see this very broken down, hoveled building that seems to be of like makeshift stone that has been just cobbled together. You see Strix, he kind of goes up to the door. He knocks this pattern of 4 times and then reaches for the handle and he pulls the door open. He waits a moment. He looks back at you. All right, now just give him a moment. He's had a rough couple days. You guys go walking in and the smell kind of lightens just for a moment from the rotten decay, and you smell almost what smells like a library or a classroom, almost like a clean but musty still. You enter and you see a small quarters, no more than maybe 10 or 15 feet, the first room, and you see a smaller room in the back, lined with books and what look to be bookshelves, and then you see a small, I'd say, outcropping to the left of this building on the inside that has what looks to be like a forge and a couple gems with hammer and some gem crafting tools. And you notice immediately that this kind of stands out. You notice that it's quite warm in here in the forge and many of the things are still lit. And you see an individual kind of laid back on this almost like couch, and he sits there and his face is swollen and kind of beaten and cuts are still kind of fresh. And you see a very similar man to what looks like Pug Jameson. But you wait a moment and it's not. You take a second and you look and you notice it's not quite as old. And you see Strix walk in. This is Leom. Sorry, sir, but I ran into this group on our way home, and I thought that after sharing a drink with them, they might be able to help our cause. And you see he just kind of leans forward, and you see him holding what looks like this lightish blue gem on his face that he seems to just kind of be rubbing back and forth. And he seems to just kind of lean forward. Why did you bring them here? Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be like that. Come on now. We know that they might be able to help. You've been sending me all over the cloud tops trying to find out information, and we know your brother's been missing, and come on now.
Wait, how big is the resemblance?
You never met Pug.
Yeah, but he's famous.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
He's decent.
Like you're acting like it's just some like Pug's just some random dude. There's like
he's pretty secluded to Geom, though.
Yeah, he was living in Geom.
Yeah, and he's also one of the legendary lapidaries that have been following the group's exploits their whole fucking time.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have really known what he looks like.
Yeah.
I'd say you guys kind of know. You guys see a resemblance a little bit. He's got quite a big beard. You can see the balding is already set in. He's maybe in his 70s.
Yeah. I mean, if Orem puts this together, Orem is just genuinely just smiling.
You see him sit forward. Why have you brought him?
Wow. It is a small world.
Yeah, well, not so small.
Yeah. Of all the people to fucking meet, it's Pug Jameson's brother. I assume you're a brother. I don't know. He has.
Yeah.
I see the uncanny family resemblance.
How do you know Puggy?
We were hired by him. We're his associates. We're the last people to see him before he does.
To come here?
No, totally unrelated.
No, we've heard he's
Holy shit! One of the two fucking Moonlight Lapidaries. We met both of them.
He's been
Nuts.
captured. He's in prison.
As you say that, he kind of leans forward. Don't you say that name here. Don't say the name here.
Okay.
You see Strix, he kind of leans in. Yeah, we don't We don't say that here.
Okay then. We can do that.
So,
Holy shit.
you know them, Leom, and he just kind of sits there. No, but, I guess my brother does. What the hell are you doing here?
Is it time to bring out the flash?
You now notice looking at him, it looks as if he's, like, endured quite a big, like, beating recently.
We'll hold off on the PowerPoint.
Like, it looks as if his face, or, like, he's just been, the shit has just been kicked out of him recently.
Oh boy. The long story short is the overarching power struggle of the gems has led us through now 3 continents, and currently Hexwell is
What do you mean, the gems?
the gems.
Wait, whoa. What do you mean? He looks at Strix. Strix, you didn't say anything about the gems. Well, I didn't know anything about the gems. You told me to go looking for your brother, so I went looking for Pug, and I found out he's located in Amedia, and I got on the first airship back. It's taken me that long, Leom. It's taken me weeks to get there and back.
No magical communication yet?
He just kind of looks at him. We have magical means for some things, but communication is, not something we could possibly...
He's a lapidary, not a wizard.
No, it's not that. It's the risk of it being possibly
That too.
intercepted, or someone maybe even hearing it. The conversation not being made face to face where we know it's safe. It's ill-advised, is easy to say.
Yeah, there's
There's 3 parties using gems to wrestle power in their regions. The Red Council's fucking up Hexwell. Fucking
So
baby
you've seen these
baby
gems.
rocks.
yeah,
Yes.
you can say that, yeah.
And Duradel Herod has one too.
Yeah.
The Red Council has all been known to have rings that have a red gem. One even turned into a dragon. And
Yeah, that happened.
fuck this, who went to the bathroom right now. When he held the gem, he told us he had visions of a fire-like being. So that's scary.
Yeah.
So
the Red
you're
Council has
telling
red
me
gems.
that these gems are real?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So my brother's theory may not be so far-fetched.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's up to you because you're in possession, I'm gonna say. But I'm like staring at you.
You think
No,
that
okay.
you've traveled here, and Strix leans in. They're looking for one of their brothers or children or something, and you see Wifey kind of leans in. I'm looking for my nephew. He's supposedly located here, somewhere within a chapel or some building. He was chained together, manacled in some fashion against his will. That's the last thing we know. You see, wow.
Add a little more weight on top of being his nephew and us doing it to feel better about ourselves as living beings. He is also the only living person that has information on how the Red Council built a machine that could, accidentally make an apocalyptic level storm.
Apocalyptic level storm. I mean,
Oh yeah, Hexwell's gone to shit.
it kind of leans forward. I mean, I know something that maybe could do something against that.
Oh, the storm's also like awakening dead Warforged bodies.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing that's
What do you
Oh,
know about
yeah.
stopping this storm?
Yeah, let's go
Or
with that.
deactivated Warforged bodies? I don't know what the term is. I'm
What
not-
started the storm?
Some goblins.
That's if
No,
anyone
the-
asks, it's goblins.
It's goblins.
The actual source of
actual-
power. What is powering this
It was
storm?
a gem, not one of the gems.
Was it a little white one?
A former associate. It wasn't.
It was like a
just white.
sliver of the seasonal gem.
Yeah, it was a gem that was essentially ripped from an Eldrin's soul. Kind of contained the seasons.
He kind of gets up and scuffles kind of limpingly in a way to where you can see past his forge and his desk where he has these gems and tons of just powders and mixtures. And you know he goes back into this library that he has where he grabs this book, and it looks to be very new and fashioned. He opens the first couple of pages. Yes. The accident of 55.
So referred to it as that.
That's what.
I remember that. It's in my notes about your former party member right here in my journal.
Sure.
I have profiles of all my associates in my journal. With all my known knowledge.
That's kind of.
It's because I drink a lot.
Oh, you forget it. Okay.
That's what.
So just so you know, it's not stock. It's just like what I'd actually know because we speak.
It feels a little stock.
The experiment didn't go well. Called it 55, as that's how many days you went missing. The individual was performing some sort of magic within the dark arts.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
It opened up some sort of dimension to the abyss. Now this dimension, he was siphoned into it. And he was changed when he came out. The time around it, though, was changed as well. We couldn't enter it. Pug told me it was almost like a stasis. When the dimension was formed, it was almost like a rift within the classroom.
I became Skeletor.
Sucked into the abyss, siphoned him, and then it distorted time around this door to the abyss?
We believe so, and something, when he came out, changed him. His soul locked in a state of change. 4 states. Pug told me that he was special. That these gems that formed from the outfall from the abyss were black. There was 2, maybe 3 large ones that shattered into 7 fractures. And when he came out after those 55 days, the stasis stopped. And all those gems, they glowed a bright frost blue. And he came out as this frost-imbued Eldrin, changed. Undead in nature. No flesh. Only bone. Imbued. He took these gems, he ran, and he scattered. We tried to stop him. But in a great arcane battle, the gems became shattered, lost and fractured. They were propelled far into the sky, lost. Scattered for many years, lost. Some were found, some only led to be mystery. But what you're telling me is that you stumbled across one. And it sounds like you activated it. And it became unstable. Do you know this Gildor? This individual that I speak of?
Oh, he dead.
You were on a first name basis.
We were traveling.
You make him sound way cooler than he was.
Then understand that whatever he was locked into, his state, is what all of those gems will be locked into forever if he is truly dead.
Are you saying he did this on at his own will?
I'm saying that
Above table, no. He was like in a trance before the experiment, and then the aftermath of that, I forgot it.
within the
And then we met
aftermath, we believe he didn't remember much. We're unsure. Being able to speak to the individual would serve greatly, especially in a time like this. But to stop it, it would need something to amplify it. The gem by itself, I don't think would be maybe enough. You didn't do anything else to it.
Oh, we were curious what a machine that was initially built by his mom would do, and that was a bad idea.
Who is your mother?
Cassandra Volt.
And he just looks at Strix. Strix is like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He goes and pops another bottle off a big old thing of rum.
Yeah, we're gonna need a
You're
bottle.
gonna need a second bottle.
If you have her as your mother, we tracked her for a long time. She was dealing with some dark shit.
She isn't anymore.
Evidence I have in my journal.
She was trying to save her husband for a long time and couldn't.
She was apparently in possession of something.
Good lady, though, until she turned and went down the wrong path. It's funny that that's your mother.
Yeah.
Leom just scatters. He kind of, hearing this,
Like I said, small world.
we,
This has been really cool, Halcyon.
So, you know the things that Cassandra Volt was studying. The boy
we know the machines, and you're infusing that.
the boy we're after also worked on the machines.
Strix is
But
like,
he has magic in place on him
holy.
that blocks his memory.
Yeah. He, like we said, he's super.
And that's the boy that's here.
Yeah.
No shit, he's important.
Yeah, there's a reason we crossed multiple
Leom,
continents.
we gotta help these guys.
Yeah.
So,
Also, we've got like 14 hours left to do it.
Yeah, we're on a tight deadline.
you see Leom, he kind of keeps
question. I
rubbing
was thinking
his
about
face.
this in the bar. It's possible that we could save 6 people and send them back with the trinket and stay here to kill Duradel and then head back with the suits.
But sending 6 strangers back with
It would be 6 fucking children, essentially.
Leom
from,
speaks
you know,
up immediately.
the children
Listen,
they're holding
to
captive.
stop that storm, you're gonna need my help.
who's
That
this?
would,
Shit, we
Leom.
might just send him.
that would also eliminate.
No,
That would
you're
also
gonna need my help. Do you know what you've created?
Nope.
a shitstorm.
That's why we've crossed 3 continents.
These gems,
out.
and he comes and he kind of scatters over, and for an old man moves quite briskly now, still limping though. They're souls almost, as Pug described to me, myth, but he told me that in one of his last messages before we spoke, there was some scale cavern that he thought he found, located in Geo. Something was located there. I wasn't quite sure what, but he sworn that these individuals were going to find something. Now,
Wait, weren't you there?
what
You were
happened?
you were only one that was there.
Is this ringing any bells?
Scale cap.
It was the very first one. It was like
It was the where you picked up the gem that was
it
corrupted.
was the one where we did online.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
was there barraging people?
when he walked in, the
Yes.
runes,
It was,
the runes woke up, and all those dragon wormlings kind of flew at you guys,
Good times, good times.
Yeah.
I got like 1 turn.
going clear back to there. Yeah.
I was
I shot fucked on arrows.
So you hear this, and that kind of rings a bell. And Scale Cavern and that mention, and Leom just kind of stares, and the only mention I know is that whatever these gems are, they're very powerful. And once you can combine them all, they can do very powerful things. Well, shit! Strix just kind of sits back and then leans forward. Ugh. Well, we got 16 hours. And you're telling me that, Leom, you're gonna have to help him. You have to make him something, right? Do something with them crystals like you do, right? And you see Leom, yes, Strix, something like that. Now, whoa. First, we gotta find this boy. Because you may be able to make it, but sounds like this boy knows something about this machine that you don't know, Leom. And just because you can make it doesn't mean it's going to work if this machine's not going to allow it to work. So it sounds like me, we're going to need both of them. We're going to need Teldris, and we're going to need you. And we're going to need to come up with something together before you can make anything. Because if you start just making something and it doesn't work, all that time wasted. And these here folks say, you got how many hours?
About 16.
16, and we don't even know what's going on yet. So, we can't waste
rescuing
time.
Probably going to be really bloody. I also want to cause chaos to see if we can get the other people to escape. The other issue is, like, do we use this to our little trinket to get us, you, and the boy back? And you'd have to get, if you want to get back to everybody, would have to manually go to Hexwell to meet up with everybody. Because we only have, 6 slots with this thing?
Yeah.
Option 2 would be we would give this trinket to them. They use it to get all of them back, and we stay here to kill Duradel. Because it looks like he's almost done, taking over this fucking place with his vampire legions. It's a pretty big fucking problem. That, and if these guys get back to the heretics, they can come up with an issue to get rid of the mind magic affecting Teldris and build something to stop the storm.
Were we trying to get Teldris back before the meeting? Or
No, we're just trying to get Teldris back, period.
We're trying to get him back, period. Yes. The reason the meeting is so important is because we know Duradel is out of town.
Right.
We don't know how long it'll take him to get back.
Yep. So you guys sit here, you convene, you keep talking,
But
and
if we stay, we can ruin all of Duradel's plans. So I'm bringing this up now because we haven't drawn a time constraint.
The problem is that it doesn't put them in Inventus. It doesn't put them in relevant. It puts them on the top, way on the west side of the continent. And
With the flybys, who their leader is an associate of Percy.
I suppose.
There's got to be a way to communicate between the both parties.
so what's the course of action?
And this would also be the best time to mess with Duradel's plans, because we don't know how long it'll take him to get back. And if he gets back soon, we can attempt to end him then.
You see Strix and
And
Leom, they kind of just look at each other. I don't know if you're going to be able to just maybe stop Duradel in one little go here.
So that would be if we stayed.
No,
And just...
I think
I'm just going to say there's something
underestimating this.
there's something beneath his castle that you don't, I think, want anything to be a part of.
Elaborate.
That's really all we know. All those piles of bodies, where do you think they go? That was the first thing we checked out. He's got a back entry to his castle that goes to an underground something, and that's all we know.
I know that there's, at the very least within this town, there is kind of extra planar influence.
Yeah, which already makes this significantly more pressing than it already is.
I think we need to just.
Because it's almost violent enough that, like, ignoring the shenanigans going down. Maybe. Wait. You have that notebook, that magic-y stuff, right? Can we make explosives with it? Because while we're seeing them, I could sneak off and just plant all those.
No,
And then just
try.
bring down the house as much as we possibly can on our way out. And hopefully that slows them down.
Now, as you guys are talking, you hear a and you see an individual come walking in. You guys are all just kind of sitting there, and Strix is like, a customer, Leom. And Leom kind of gets forward and throws what looks like a quick tarp just over a bunch of his things, though it was quite slow. You all stand there. You see this individual dark robed, but not completely black robed like you've seen some of the others. Yes, I was told that you sold some healing herbs in this town, but don't see anything in your shop. Oh, I'm actually I'm closed right now. Come back next week and I'll have something for you.
I'm going to take one of my shitty health potions that I have in my bag. I'm just going to toss it to the guy.
You go and you toss it, and he looks at you. Thank you. I only have you just wave him off, and he just takes it and goes out the door. And you see Strix. He goes over to the door and kind of slides something over in front of it, and he's like, "So yeah, we run a business here that's kind of a front. He's not supposed to be doing the lapidary work. If you guys didn't know."
Yeah.
Well,
They imprison him in Hexwell.
Well, Duradel knows, and he's outlawed him to not do anything. And when Pug went missing, and you just look at Leom, and you see all the bruises and the marks, he started working again on something. And let's just say Duradel hurt him. Came and took him, punished him for it, so... yeah. So whatever you're gonna do, you need to be certain.
Let's focus on just getting to.
One sec.
You see a wife.
That's happening.
He just walks in, or kind of leans in. Do you want me to just send a message? We're here. I could see maybe if he has any more information.
Well, you go do that. I need Orm's help to figure out how we tell Magic Man over there to write, make bombs.
It's also not my magic quill.
We're trying to figure out wordings to make the best explosives. Not try to make the explosives.
As this is going on, you see Life. He kind of goes walking off, getting ready.
Yeah.
He goes over and he sits down. He starts kind of murmuring to himself. And he says, Teldris, we've made our way to Penau. Where are you? We can come and find you. We're here to rescue you. He waits a moment. He makes his way back while you guys are talking. And then he faintly hears back, I'm near the castle. That's the last thing I saw. Please hurry.
Ask if you know the cardinal direction.
Wait a few moments. Life relays this to you. Tells you that he thinks he's near a large castle.
Oh, like the main castle.
What he thinks, he's not quite sure.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to write on your magic paper with your magic quill an explosive big enough to take out a city block
Yeah.
with a timer.
So you want to wreak havoc in hell in this place and then just leave?
Yes.
I'm having a tough time pegging fucking magnets. He just gave a healing potion away for free, and now he wants to commit terrorism.
Is it terrorism when they're a vampire
I'm a
cult?
monster, though. I'm not a dick.
What happens when we let these prisoners, children,
I'm putting it on the
humans out?
The point of the timer is I go invisible and I fuck off.
Okay.
And I put it somewhere where the fucking kids aren't.
Okay. But we're not going to be here to protect them. What happens if they start funneling out of this castle and just get slaughtered?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, they're gonna die either way, dog. Do you want to stay and save the kids? Because I would stay and save the kids. I'm the only one that put the option of staying so we could kill Duradel. I'm just, regardless of killing Duradel, we need to stop whatever shenanigans he's doing. And if the big explosive in his fucking castle slows him down, why not?
There is a concept that I am fond of, and it's the idea of sphere of influence. I am happy to help those within arm's reach. My arm's reach does not include every single helpless individual within 3 miles. Within this city. My arm's reach is a specific group of orphans 3 continents away. It's Percy. It's heretics. Those are the people within my sphere. Those are the people I care about. Those are the ones I am going to prioritize. I understand.
Then good,
And
because that doesn't conflict with the setting a bomb off and leaving.
It's not that I don't. I honestly don't care about the bomb part. Really, I genuinely don't. I just don't think staying to kill Duradel Herod. He has gem. I know he has gem. But I can't put what I want.
Oh, we also don't know how long it'll take for her to get back either.
Yeah, I can't put my desire for a gem over these kids, over my kids. I can't do that. I would love to help them.
Then that's what
I
we're
don't
doing.
know how. I can't.
Can we set the bomb off though? I want to do that
If
regardless.
you can make it happen, sure.
He's the one that can. He's the one with the
But-
magic will.
I need to be home. I need to be back in Hexwell within 16 hours with Teldris. That's my priority.
And this man.
If Leom wants to come,
We need Leom.
we need a lapidary, like that. But yeah, that's where I stand.
Well, preferably two. My brother and I could really help with this gem situation, but
If he is in a media, so you'd at least be on the correct continent. Getting him out of the media would be a whole different situation, but we can make it happen. Hopefully.
Yeah, let's get Teldris, set off a bomb, go back, stop the storm, fuck the Red Council, save Pug at some point, and any there. Long-term goals.
Sure. Yeah. The bomb thing, don't care. But
Strix leans forward.
The bomb thing is
Oh.
the most crucial.
How we
It's the early
going?
part of the goal.
How we going
Like-
about getting this boy?
Strix said he could get us into one of them. Said we weren't getting into the main one.
I can get you into the side ones, but yeah, no, not the main castle. Is no way.
How, if you had to estimate their floor print?
They're about 3 stories tall.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's inside.
And I don't care about what's inside. Dimensions. How wide, how deep.
Oh, they're pretty big.
Can I get within 1,000 feet?
You know you can,
Yeah.
you can wild shape into like a little bird
To do that.
and fly around.
Fuck.
Maybe a bat for the theme of the city.
You're thinking. Now you're thinking.
And then you could tell me the best place to put the bomb too. It's win-win.
The bomb. It goes back to the bomb every
You
fucking
use
time.
person as a beast then?
Yeah, I'd have to cast it. I'd have to cast it, and then I'd have to like wrap it up. So yeah, I could absolutely cast it and then fly over each castle.
Well, how about you just go figure that out then, and then we know at least the next step.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea.
Because we're gonna have to wait.
Okay, all right.
Now me and Fuckus will discuss the bomb we're making.
You're kind of been thinking.
Okay.
You're the literate one. You're the writer. You know how to write.
But he's
describe a
not
bomb.
smart.
All right. How close are these three castles together?
Well, as you go out, you kind of peer out and you notice it's the city of Panau is not huge, but it's maybe, I'd say probably maybe half a mile.
So not big.
No.
So I could very easily.
Yeah, I mean the entirety of the city from the longest length to length is maybe a mile, maybe, and that's like entrance to exits on like the farthest side, past gates and everything. You know, it's like it's all pretty packed in.
Damn, 1,000 foot radius covers most of the city.
Yeah. So I mean, this city is like it's a capital, but it's one of the Audrey is definitely a smaller region.
Yeah.
You guys take a moment while he's out, and while you're out, what are you transforming into?
I'd have to cast a spell first. Where
Okay.
the fuck is it? I know I have it. It's fourth level. Fourth level. Locate creature. Yes. I'm gonna cast locate creature, 1,000 foot radius. And then I am going to an hour long, and then I'm going to specify it's Teldris. I want to see Teldris, and then I will wild shape into we'll go with a bat.
Yeah.
Similar to the ones I saw earlier. Ooh, the fucking mechanical boy. I'm gonna assume there's no bat wings in my gauntlet. Maybe bat's not the right idea then.
You do have feathers.
Do have feathers. We'll go with a bird instead.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm like shit. Probably not mechanical.
so you take a moment, you change, and you go flying. It's quite quick. You fly up and you head what is about northeast in your direction, and you fly for no more than about 30-40 seconds to where you start getting a ping towards these three clusters of these castles, where you see one large one in the center and then two outcroppings to the right and to the left of them. And to the right and to the left, you see smaller, almost identical castles that seem to be like the front gateway of it. You see that bridging the two is like a large door that is basically the front entrance to the main gateway. And you see that this ping that you are getting is to the building off to the right if you are facing it. You notice that it's on kind of its own secluded little area. It takes up most of Panau, this huge estate. You notice you get a little bit bigger of a vantage point now being up, and you see that the city's about maybe a mile and a half in all of its, size. In looking around, you see how tight and compact these alleyways and everything are. The thought and mention of a bomb even going off here would wreak tons of damage just from how compact things are. And you notice that a lot of it isn't stone. A lot of things haven't been updated. Many things are still wood. A lot of the lower poverty areas are still made with hay and things of that nature. You take a few moments and you realize there's tons of symbols of Baal. You see that there's different individuals that are still walking around carrying the banners still, as it's about 10, 11 a.m. you don't really see too much else going on. You're, kind of flying up. The city doesn't really have too much elevation other than the 3 castles. So aside from that, everything's almost a story to 2 stories. And it's just a really dark, dreary, shitty smelling town. It's kind of nasty.
So, Teldris is in the right castle.
Yeah, so if you're facing it,
Yeah.
you see, and the large one, 2 smaller ones.
Left,
yep,
right.
Yep,
Okay.
and it seems as if he's located in the right one area. Yep,
And
he's
then,
located in that.
Did this ping, was it in the castle itself, or was it below ground?
No, it was in the castle itself.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Then I will,
Do you know if he's like on the upper part of the castle, or if he's like is there?
Does it do that? Does it discern?
It tells me. Imagine like a 3D rendering, like blueprint of the castle. I would have a little blip.
Is it like within 5 feet?
You wouldn't have the floor plan, but you have a blip of where he is.
Theoretically,
I'd say you would know that it's not on the first floor. It's most likely elevated.
that's close.
That's about it.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, from your vantage point, it's hard to tell maybe, but it's at least elevated. That's
good
it.
enough. I'll take it. Then I'll just fucking fly.
All right, you fly back. Meanwhile, you guys are.
back to us.
He's so into this.
I
Oh my
have
god.
another
World's
option
fucking
besides
blind.
that theorized one you gave me. What if instead of putting a timer on it, we make it look like a normal piece of paper and make it activate instantly it's torn and write a letter that's taunting Duradil?
Oh my god.
Just wants to do it.
When the explosion happens, though, the letter will get destroyed.
The paper's the explosive that activates instantly when he tears it.
What if he never tears it?
We come up with another. Once Orange back, we come up with another trigger mechanism. This is a theory. We need to brainstorm this as quickly as possible.
Okay.
But that could be the way.
This is the way.
That is an assassination explosive.
You guys have about 30 seconds before Orm's gonna come back.
And we're waiting on him. He's the one that knows where he is.
All right.
We're theorizing the explosive because I have no idea where
You
he's
take a
going.
few moments. You guys all reconvene. What are you guys gonna do?
I mean, if it's magically imbued, I could try to make it go off once for
You're still talking about a bomb?
We instead of a bomb that's for terrorism,
Yeah.
we thought of maybe making it a bomb for an
Everyone
assassination.
just-
Stop back for like
That
a
would-
little bit. Gotta
There
get
you
all
go.
the
That would
dishes
be
and
a
shit.
better
Yep.
idea.
Take it easy, bro.
Bird's
I'll
eye
stop
view
by
of the
again
city.
another time.
This place
See, man.
will disintegrate.
Drive safe,
With
bro.
a bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Don't hit
made out
any
of
deer.
wood and straw.
Don't hit
A
any
bomb
deer.
would wildfire through the city, killing more than it would save by far. Bomb's not the way to go. Unless it's specifically like in.
You like napalm?
No, napalm. Not palm. Napalm's worse. Worse. You're getting farther away. You're getting older.
That's what we're talking about. A country ruled by vampires
Like
that are
John
kidnapping
Burns.
kids from everywhere. You really question the ethics of which kind of bomb's worse when we're dealing with people that are drinking children and randomly turning people at the gate.
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Not. Yeah. You do you.
Dude, just fucking make a nuke out of fucking paper.
Use rights.
Just turn this whole city into dust.
Good luck. All right, have fun.
Strix and Liam just kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you find anything?
Yeah, Teldris, right castle. Not ground floor. For a second, third, maybe. I don't know. But elevated.
Life kind of finally looks interested. Okay, so we know where he's located. Now, how do we get him?
We have an entrance to the right castle.
So you guys got
According to
about
Strix.
15 hours now.
According to Strix, he can get us in the right castle.
Well, I can get you in, but
Can't pass without trace.
there's a lot of us.
oh,
Listen.
Yes.
There's a lot of us. I can get maybe you in slowly. I can't just get us all in very quickly.
We have magical
Yeah.
that'll buff us.
Yeah, but the way in, it's not. not really like it's something you can just. Oh, can we go all invisible? Because there's 2 guards, most likely posted right at the front door, and we're gonna have to just walk right past them.
Leom Jameson.
Well,
you're just gonna point at the entrance.
No, I was gonna just go up, try and maybe persuade one of them, and then.
That's probably a bad idea. Why don't we
Has
just
that-
sneak in?
Has that worked before?
Oh no, but that's the best bet I've always thought of getting in there.
Bribing guards?
I mean, that's how I got back into the city.
We had to fight guards. Would that cause commotion? Raise suspicion?
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
If we were just fighting the 2 at the front gate.
We'd have to
Yes.
we'd have to-
You raise any alarm, at least outside within sight, in a short amount of time, there will most likely be guards or something that's going to come. I'd say within.
I hate to say it, there's sewers.
There are, but they haven't been functional in a long time.
With-
Functional.
With this, I'm also wondering if the age of the city, how stable and deep the walls around the estate go.
Mm, I'd say some are kind of deep, but the city's not
I don't know, they had that
super
huge
old.
moated wall.
That's the only thing I can think
That
of.
could be why the city, their walls could be worse because of the walls outside being better.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't have a party member that could infiltrate the guards' minds.
We don't.
Oh yeah. We had to kill a guy the last time we did that though. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So what? You got a better idea than going in trying to persuade your way in? I mean, all I know is that they worship Baal, and you know, maybe we go in there and say, "Oh, we're gonna kill ourselves and sacrifice ourselves to Baal, clean up our bodies in 5 minutes." I don't know. What do you think's in there?
How about instead of trying to talk to the guards at all, we avoid them and going through like a window or some shit?
Well, no, the guards are at like the door to the estate, and we were just gonna. So we have to get past the wall.
Oh,
into
so
the
there's
estate.
like the castle.
So, you know how
there's
we
a
have-
wall around it.
Yeah, you know how we have problems entering cities? It's the exact same situation.
Then we just go over the wall somewhere.
Yeah, we can do that. That's not the hard part. The hard part, I think, is going to be getting in. We can just, go near the back, wait till no one's walking around,
Off the fence.
hop the fence, essentially. That's not the real tricky part. I mean, we can get in there. The part is how do we actually get into the estate you need into? And then once we do, we don't know what's in there. So, what, do we just all hit up a different room? We go in, we split up, we meet back? Yeah, probably. So then maybe we go in, we don't split up, we stay together, we fight these fucking vampires, I'm just gonna say it, and hope that we find this guy within the time frame, and if he's not in there, you say he is in there, but what if he's not?
Yes, we specifically look.
All right, look, I don't have your magic. I get it.
redo
Right?
that magic.
Yeah, cool. Well,
going to,
it better be
Yeah,
right.
but we could.
Yeah.
Well,
If we
let's
were
just hope
sorry
it's
God
right.
wasn't there.
So, they're not going to move the body. Let's hope. Because if they move his body, we're screwed, right? So we have to go sometime soon, because if we don't go soon, we risk him not being there, right?
That's a very good point.
So then what's our plan here? It's about noon. It's the middle of the day. Well, we wait 8 hours. We wait until it starts getting a little bit darker. I mean, it's almost this fucking city's always dark, but
I don't think vampires give a fuck about it being dark.
Yeah, just like Dugers and us with goggles.
Yeah.
But they're probably sleep during the day.
What I'm saying is that their guard would actually probably be less at that during the day.
Yeah, but the people inside would probably be heavier.
It's possible. Honestly. It's hard to tell. We don't have enough information. Does The amount of guards seem to be heavier at night. The businesses around here didn't seem like they were.
I'd say some of the places, they stay open during the day, but like you guys have been mentioning, they're kind of secluded. They don't like the sunlight or even the thought of it, so...
A lot of nighttime activity.
Yeah, for sure. Even though this place is misted and under some sort of guise, I presume, and you see Leom, he kind of sits forward. Yes, there's something I think that is magically affecting the city with this fog, allowing it to stay in a perpetual state of darkness. Though I will attest that things do seem to be a lot more active in the later portions of the day.
I would almost feel sooner than later. It would seem that
Yeah, 100%. We just go over the wall.
we go over the wall, but and then
What's the distance between the wall and the castle? Is it like
You don't know. He looked, but
do you see
he...
trees over the wall or anything? Or do we
No,
think
it
it's
looks
just
it looks like a yard, like a courtyard. Like
a garden or anything? No shitty plants.
Doesn't really look like there's really any plants here, just a lot of like dead vegetation, maybe where it once was, trees that have kind of rotted away. I mean, you guys are kind of walking through the city, just seeing establishments that have just kind of been built in, hoveled buildings, and some haven't even been restored. Some have just withered away over the years and just been left to deteriorate.
And what is the structure built out of?
The stone was the castle.
Castle would be stone.
Say we just cross the one, hope for the best, but pass without a trace. And then we make an assassination letter with your magic.
That is an entirely different option. Just turn into a big ass fucking dinosaur and attack the left castle. Oh, you guys figure your shit out.
Make a distraction.
Wait a minute. I have a better idea. Instead of leaving the bomb, we make it set off in something you can drop as a bird.
That, yeah, if we set off a bomb near the left castle,
We'd have to make it a holy bomb.
good luck with that.
Just put holy flame
Yeah,
on paper and hope for the best.
a holy hand grenade.
So we want a holy
It's holy hand
I want holy napalm.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Literal fire from God.
Yeah, I mean, I am a paladin.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah, we could bomb the left castle
With holy napalm.
and essentially make it.
Fuck, we maybe make two. And you can do both other castles.
We'll settle for one, maybe.
One or the other little.
This would. I'm just excited that he's working on his bomb thing in a constructive manner. He got stuck on this bomb thing.
Less terrorism.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, I can go invisible and put things in people's inventories.
And
now.
the first thing is bomb.
Bomb immediately. Is that where it's coming from? Jesus. Oh my god. This realization has ruined me. Yeah, distraction would be one option. We could
I like that.
bomb or
And then with pass without a trace, because you'd come back to us once it explodes, and then with pass without a trace, and the distraction of the explosion, and the movement of the guards, and the hecticness of that.
I'd want to take time to
We
rest.
need to short rest now. Get both your wild shapes.
Luckily we've been talking for
Yeah.
yes, I don't have to spend one to bird and then drop it. That sets off an explosion near the left castle, hopefully pulling any guards they have. And then we head for the right.
Alright, so is there anything else you guys want to do before you maybe go and scope this out?
Might scope this out.
Maybe attempt it?
Maybe attempt it, yes. Absolutely. Leom, you were talking earlier, Strix, and you were talking about maybe making something? with gems?
Yeah, I was working on something. Just tell him, come on, we've gone this far. And he goes over and you see, he pulls the cloth over from where he tried to cover his table. And he walks around behind, and underneath you see he pulls out. This is, and you see this gem, it's almost like clear. It's almost invisible just to the sight. As he holds it, you barely see anything. This can do many things. But currently Pug told me to use it to cancel out certain magic. So I constructed one that does just that. Cancels out magic entirely. I'm afraid to touch it as I have small gifts myself, and I'm not sure if touching it will get rid of any powers or any magic that I may have imbued.
Are you saying like this thing's permanent?
To my knowledge. I don't know if it's to the touch. I haven't had time to test it. But this is something we need to stop that storm. And if you say it's in a machine, some sort of mechanism, we're going to need Teldris to figure out how to get inside of that so we can touch this gem to the other gem, get it to stop. That's the only idea that I have. Or we get the machine to explode, exposing the gem somehow, and then touch it. But canceling out that magic, unless you have another way, this is the only way that I can think of doing it. Any Moonlight lapidary would know of this mechanism, hence why Pug and I came up with the idea. We didn't know that it would be used on a storm, though. He thought that if the gems fell into control from somebody else, we would need this to cancel it out and eliminate their powers.
You say eliminate their powers. Other than we know that the green one has a focus on life, energy, fire.
We could probably do many things. I'm quite unsure exactly what.
The blue seems to mean electricity, storms.
I think it has something to do with the weather.
You know anything about white, yellow, red?
Yellow, red, heard stories. Red, I've heard maybe strength. Something to do with brute force, possibly. Yellow, I think maybe intelligence or keen. Not quite sure. The white one, I heard.
I think red also means power.
I heard that the white might, and this is not exact, might have to do with some sort of hardiness or toughness.
Like a diamond kind of?
I do not know. It could be, could have something entirely else. I'm not certain. That is all I really know.
Yeah.
Now, what is your next move?
We're gonna commit a random act of terrorism and then save a kid.
It's not really
Escape.
random act, it's premeditated.
The terrorism implies it's premeditated. It's
When-
random because we're just gonna do it right now.
When do you plan to take me? Wish to go back if you head to Hexwell.
Oh,
Even if we do not work together, I'll be closer in finding my brother, figuring out how to get him free.
We're going to get the boy and we're gonna meet back here.
um,
And
if
Yeah,
you have
we
no
know.
attachments to this place, then it's possible people will be following us. But we have a way to immediately leave the city. Strix will be on his own.
He just kind of looks
he
over.
seems like a wily person. And he
He's-
also is
he
okay to be
seems-
on Rock's ship.
He seems to get around, Does he have an air pass?
You kind of wait a moment.
Airship pass that's still good?
Yeah, I'll figure something out. Leom says, I'll leave you some money. You can travel the airships if
I have a pass.
you need.
One.
he looks at you. That could be needed.
Take one.
Pass would imply no questions asked. And,
2 airship passes now.
and I'd only need one, but,
I have 3. I'm giving you 1.
sounds good.
Did Girth give us his card that he wasn't going to use anymore?
Nope.
He get that shit.
Damn. Cause he had that 8. Because we got like a 2, didn't we?
He did steal it too.
He has
Mhm.
two.
Yeah, so we're
And
gonna-
he's back.
He was going to give us his 2. He'd
He's
take his ace.
at the.
We should do that when we get back with him. Yeah.
2 airship
Hit you.
passes.
Like,
So you wait a moment.
Yeah, we would need to wait at this point probably 45 minutes so that way I can get my second wild shape back.
All right, so you guys take about another hour goes by, so you guys got
Is
about,
there anything we want to do
well,
within that
during our
45
short
minutes?
rest,
yep, 14.
the bomb. We need to make it now.
Yeah, you need to figure that shit out.
So
good luck.
we need something that'll burn long enough to cause enough havoc for us to get in. The fighting for us can start once we're in. We need to try to get in without being noticed.
You can figure that shit. I'm gonna be thinking about it. Oh, there is an
And
entire
holy
thing.
would be a good modifier on whatever you're doing.
You wanna like take time to write shit down because I'm ready to go for my next thing.
What's your next thing?
I'm just gonna talk to a
I'll be doing it this way. You do
Okay.
Going back to day drinking.
that.
Yeah, he's convinced someone to make a bomb for him, so he's a great
Yep.
day.
Back in on it.
Alcohol, soberness, bomb,
Explosions.
alcohol. I will find a corner of this hovel, and I'll look at Leom, and I'll just nod to him. But then I will pull out Azuna, the blue gem.
You see his eyes just open and start kind of glittering a little bit.
Hands off. I will then turn, and I will say, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for what you've done. The fact that we got here safely means a lot. Help me. That I am thankful. More importantly, you asked me to do something incredibly different. Asked me to trust. And trust does not come easy. Again and again, this concept comes up. And you asked me that, and I did. And it worked. My trust was not betrayed. It's what I wanted. More than the guidance, more than the help, more than getting us here. My trust, your trust. That is important.
You see like a soft glow kind of illuminate.
I
Nothing.
have so many questions. And over time, I hope we can answer them.
You take a few seconds. Nothing's really said. You see Strix. He kind of walks up. All right, Leom. Think we're going to maybe head out. See what's going on. These guys seem to be writing down or trying to create something back here. But know that I'm gonna come back. and everything's gonna go all right. You'll get your brother back, and everything's gonna go exactly how we planned. They'll get the boy, stop this storm. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you coming with us when we sneak in?
Leom or Strix?
Strix.
I will help you get in. I'm not going farther than that.
Like, just actually, it should be better for you to stay with him, and the second you hear the explosion, to start
Running.
getting out of town.
Well, where will we meet then? Or do you mean just me?
Just you.
Okay, yeah, I'll start getting out then.
Because I don't want you to be seen with us.
Well, I'm clocking you now, partner. All right.
Yeah. Because that way, you can get safely out.
Okay.
Not put you at risk at all.
Well, once we get through the front, and I get you in at least, so we get you over the wall, and I make sure you're in outside heading out. Now, is there anything y'all need before we leave?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
We don't have quite too much to offer, and
The only thing that would be of any interest would be potions or any magic stones you got laying around that you're willing to give away.
you look at Liam. Nothing right now, but I'm gonna try and work on something maybe that I can hopefully have done maybe in another week or so if we do make it to Hexwell. I'll need time though. In the meantime, I'll gather my stuff and I'll go from there.
Nothing like charisma.
Nothing like it.
I don't even want to know the wording. I don't want to know.
You do.
I don't.
You want plausible deniability?
I'm gonna.
I don't know what I was dropping.
I'm gonna be a bird. I'm gonna drop this, and then I'm just gonna watch and be blown away.
Oh, you want the surprise?
Yes.
Okay, so give me your check. So this is
Do you still have
your
your inspiration?
nope. So this
Does
is your
anybody have an inspiration?
intelligence plus your
So I'm +3.
yep.
Just a D20 +3.
Or no, this is your intelligence plus your proficiency.
That's +3.
Oh yeah, because you're.
I'm
I
like,
thought they were performance.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, they were. Yeah, you're right. It is a
Oh, so your
performance check.
charisma
I was
plus
like-
No, it's your
I was-
charisma plus.
I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
beautiful. So that's
Yeah.
+7.
Yes, much better.
Yeah, that's
I
what
was
it
like
was.
intelligence.
Yeah, it is
I
what
was
you rolled. I know.
like,
For a second, I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, nah.
Ooh,
you're
18
charisma.
+7.
Okay, so you take a decent amount of time during the time everybody's sitting here and resting. You scribble, coming up with the correct verbiage that you think will match this perfectly. In the tail end of it, you finish, you look at it, you wait a moment, and you see 5 as you wait for the bag or the paper to kind of just fizzle and disperse off. As it does so, at the tail end of it, you see these little bags almost that just drop. And you see that you have 5 of them. And you notice they kind of hover for a moment and then they just drop down. And each one weighs about 5 pounds. And you can feel and you throw it up and down a little bit and it's got some weight. And you notice that each emblem on the bag has what looks like a fire emblem. You wait a moment. Seems as if possibly what you asked maybe was given to you. Or something of the like.
I was under the impression that we were just gonna have to drop a piece of paper. That's why I said
Nope.
Not anymore.
not anymore.
Now you have these 5 little small
5
pouches of
bags.
satchels, essentially, and you're not 100% sure exactly what they're going to do.
Do you have a way to set things on fire?
Well,
No,
being a
no.
bird.
I'm not asking. I'm being period.
Yes. In
Okay.
general, yes. Yes.
Worst case scenario.
Okay. But not while I'm a bird though.
Yeah.
So if I turn into a bird, I can no longer create fire. We still okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just gonna.
I'm just saying, if it doesn't explode, you could on wild shape set it on fire, wild shape again, get out.
Not
Worst
gonna
case
happen.
scenario.
Not gonna happen.
Just see what happens. Drop it. See what happens.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't like that, but okay. Alrighty then.
Does it look like there needs to be any kind of like? Is it just literally a pouch with a symbol on it?
With a little drawstring at the
Dude,
top.
I'm assuming it's like a really dangerous, like, little pop toys.
Yeah, like.
Like a
That's
big,
what I brought.
yeah.
Pop rocks.
Yeah, like a big,
just 5
a
pounds.
huge poppet,
So
yeah.
instead of being just like
It's
this little
it made of holy napalm.
Jesus. Okay, alright. Maybe 5 pounds. Probably turn into like a
1 second. Do they feel holy? Can we have life
Are they
cast
resonating?
sanctuary and bless these?
Are they resonating with?
I mean, they don't seem to be giving off any holy aura.
Okay.
Okay, let's have life bless them.
I don't know if bless would do anything.
I'm not blessed.
Bless them.
Like how you make holy water.
Yeah.
You just do that with the bombs.
Yeah.
All right, well, you bring him over, and he
Just like-
takes a moment. He looks at you. I don't know if what I follow really will do anything to this, but sure.
No.
He mumbles a few words and gives the best blessing life could possibly give on these. You have no idea if it did anything.
Maybe.
Hey, all I know is that life can turn on dead. Okay.
That is important. I don't know. I think that works.
Can turn on dead. So
Yeah. Oh, he's
his blessing should be able to hurt on dead.
I have no idea. Okay. All right.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Do you have a small little sack I can put these in?
I mean,
Is it all 5 of them?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry. They're 5 pounds a pop. You think? There's 5 of them. That's 25 pounds. I don't know if I can turn into a bird that's not going to draw suspicion that could carry 25 pounds.
Yeah, the suspicion doesn't matter for one reason.
Yeah.
They're gonna be too busy dealing with the, giant fire to notice the fucking bird. And you're also not gonna be that bird very long.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I could just head the opposite direction of the castle, and then you might have to wait a second. I don't fucking know.
Oh yeah, we have to wait a second for the chaos to start
Yeah.
of the people reacting to it
Yeah.
to essentially Vampire Pearl Harbor.
Still, I don't know if I can carry like 25 pounds. I was thinking an owl. Owl could, owls grab rabbits. Grab rabbits 5-10 pounds. I could do 1 in each talon. I was thinking. So 2, like 1 on the left, 1 on the.
Yeah, but we
maybe.
don't know. But with what he wrote, we don't know if one's enough.
true.
Or one is enough, and we blow up an entire castle.
Which is a win.
I'm worried more and more about it.
Blows up 2 castles. Teldris is dead.
I signed up.
He just dies. He drops it. It's just a fucking.
Should have been 1,000 feet up.
mushroom
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That is a good point. When it would be a safe...
Actually, no. He'd on wild shape after the explosion. Just fall.
Yeah, any bird I turn into is probably gonna have like 4 health. Yeah. So, okay, all right, okay.
I mean, we could do 2.
All. There's no such thing as overkill here.
Like,
I also don't want to carry volatile explosives that explode on fucking impact.
stick them in a bag of holding. It'll be fine. Yeah. Fucking. I don't know. Hold on. I gotta look to see what kind of birds I got available. I don't know if I care about being a normal bird. I might just go full mechanical. I don't know. That's pretty identifiable though, but
You guys want to do anything while he's doing that?
Yeah, how many times do people look up at birds?
turn into a flying snake. That'd be crazy, right?
That would be crazy.
Bloodhawk? What the fuck's a bloodhawk?
They gotta live here.
Probably a red hawk.
I mean, yeah, pretty much, tactics. That's cool.
That's actually frightening.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's a CR 1-8. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be just like one block. It'd be like 40 of them.
All right, so what?
Advantage.
You changing? What are you guys doing? You dropping these bombs? What are you changing into?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's probably just gonna be like an eagle or like a falcon,
Okay.
some kind of raptor who would be able to pick up like rabbits.
Not
Rabbit
like
size.
a big bird of prey.
Okay.
Not like the fucking giant
Right.
eagle from Lord of the Rings.
No.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
A normal.
Something that can hold up a bag that weighs, what is it? 5 bags, 5 pounds each, 25 pounds?
25 pounds? Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't know.
Okay.
The bald eagle would be able to fucking carry 25 pounds.
That's why I was hoping maybe. I was thinking 10. I was thinking 2. But you could, we
Carry
could-
weight of big
Yeah.
birds of prey.
Everybody Google.
Yeah. You could do 25, but you'd be heavily encumbered.
Right. You'd be moving so slow.
Yeah. Your fly speed of 60 feet would only
Turn to 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
5 or 6 pounds
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a bigger bird.
for an eagle. So
Oh, yeah,
Even if you just did 2.
yeah.
A bald eagle can easily carry 25 pounds. What it
No,
says.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If it's stacked and juicing.
Yeah, I was thinking like a big old rabbit.
Yeah, it says-
probably 10 pounds.
I mean, this is wildlife. Something.
Dude, he needs to turn to a
It
condor.
says that large eagles cannot take off from the flat ground with fire.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Then it looks like we're down to one. One bomb.
I mean, I didn't specify how many. I didn't specify how many.
How many what?
I didn't
Bombs.
specify a number. I just
You got lucky on the 5? You were
Yeah.
expecting 1?
so either all 5 do what I asked, or so either all 5 combined do what I asked, or each one does what I asked. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, bud.
If all 5 do what I asked, then
What?
it could very well be like 1.
Bloodhawk will work. Close thing though.
All right, so you change into a bloodhawk.
Sure.
All right, so you guys go walking out. Leom just kind of waits with Strix, and then you guys go walking. Strix leads the way. All right, I think it's time. We're gonna get going. And holy fuck! As you start changing into this, and he looks, and he does. As you finally do so, you start transferring over the bombs while he's looking in just kind of amazement. Leom just kind of stares off. Now, you guys kind of do this, and for the most part, you don't see anybody as it is about 1 p.m. now. People still are very slowly trickling out into the streets, but still secluded in your way. You wait a few moments. You see nobody really out in your area. You gather how many?
Anything else?
Apparently only the 1. I mean, I have 2 talons. I can go for 2.
How strong are you? Why ain't you a condor? Is that another thing in D&D?
I have a strength of 15. Oh no, that's giant bat. Hold on, Bloodhawk. Different one.
Wait, why aren't you a giant bat?
Because they're large creatures. Damn. Strength of 6. Way lower.
Yeah, you can't carry that much. Can you do a condor? Is that a thing?
I'm already a Bloodhawk.
So,
EC.
Wait a minute. Can you manipulate magic items while you're transformed?
What magic items do I?
Oh, if we could put them in a bag.
It's a lot of bag of holding.
It's a lot of
next one. It's a lot of dexterity.
Your
Yeah.
dexterity
for
to hold a bag and pull things out of the other bag.
I don't have opposable thumbs as a bird.
What if the whip gets?
You carry things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say give me a strength check.
Okay.
It's like, fuck, can he even carry 15 pounds?
Probably not. No, that's why I'm like,
No.
2 is greedy. 10 pounds?
so
Yeah.
I'm thinking at this point we're only getting 2. And depending
Max.
Max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what this check's for.
Why can't he just be a big bird?
Because I didn't want to draw attention before.
Yeah,
the
you know
bombing.
what? You know what stops the attention on the bird before the bombing?
It's too late.
The fucking bombing.
I'm small.
The bomb.
I'm just waiting for it to hit the ground and be like, oh, it didn't do anything. They had to all hit the
Horrible.
ground at once.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna fucking take one.
Can we set it up somewhere so you can take trips?
Sure, yeah. Sounds great.
We still need to get up to the castle.
Wait, can you find us as a bird pretty easily?
I got keen sight. I got,
How far away are we from the castle now?
My tinfoil hat's shiny.
You guys are about 800-900 feet.
We're making our way, and like
I'm gonna just be perched on
Alright, so you guys head out.
shoulder.
You guys start
I
walking
just
through.
realized I can hold bags 30 feet up in the air with my mage hand, and you could just come and like fucking.
I feel like I should have turned into a bloodhawk after we got in position at the wall, but it's too late.
Yeah, just start dropping them off. I'm gonna tell you before you fucking take off with the one I'm holding. Just fucking, I'm gonna hold them 30 feet above me.
I know,
They're cracked. They're cracked.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna hold more bags 30 feet up in the air with an invisible mage hand
Okay.
for him to swipe. I'm gonna wait until I hear, hopefully, an explosion before I do that. So it's just not just, I'm just holding it, waiting to do that.
All right, so you guys go walking through the city. You guys take a few moments, and then eventually you take off. You gathering with one of the bombs goes off. Are you leaving the other 4?
I got the other 4.
Okay. So you go, and as you do so, you start walking through the city. You wait a moment. You now start taking off. You know that castle that you're aiming for is the front left one.
The one with the bomb, yes.
Yeah.
This is on the right.
Right. Yep.
So I want the left one.
So, you guys give me an investigation check as you guys are trying to get to this town building in time as he's kind of getting ready to head that way.
$28.
28?
I got
Okay, so you have no idea, and in doing so, you're just following Magnus, who just by looking around and gauging by where the large kind of castles are, makes his way there pretty quickly.
I thought, wasn't somebody with us?
Strix.
Strix.
Yeah, Strix is with us until we get to the wall.
Oh, well, he would know where to go.
Oh, that's right. He is following you. So you guys, wait a minute. Well, now you know a little bit better where the town is. No, he does
I'm
actually lead
memorizing
you.
it so we can get back.
There you go. So he leads with you for a little bit, and then you guys get there. You still tailing a little bit behind. You make it. Give me a perception check. You have been up before. You know exactly pretty much what you're seeing.
Wowsies.
13.
4 to 2 with advantage.
You can still see quite a bit, especially with your passive perception. You just kind of knowing what you saw previously, you can make out that nothing's really changed. You start making your kind of descent down towards where you can see this left castle, and you see these large pillars and just, huge heaping buildings that start to amass in where these castles are. And you see that the smaller ones on the outcroppings of the front right and the left, you notice that you start making your way towards the front left one. As you do so with a 13, are you trying to be stealthy at all, or are you trying to do, give me a stealth check to see if anybody, and let me see.
Like him?
Yeah, just him.
Fantastic.
Change your dice. Just use this one.
Fucking. Oh, that one. No, I wouldn't use that one. No, I wouldn't use that one. Am I proficient in this one? What paper is that? I got so many kinds of papers. No. So, just plus 2? So 10 total.
So you wait a second. You guys getting ready to walk towards hitting the last street, seeing now this empty street. Very clean and pristine, unlike most of the city. You see this large estate on the left as you guys start walking up, and you see this first castle, the left one, the one that you know is about to be. You wait a few moments, you guys start making your way past it. You walk maybe 30, 40 feet, starting to bridge past where the left one is, starting to be about center mass with the large front gate of where the castle is. You notice that this wall that is kind of blocking around your exterior is not very high, maybe about 15 feet. And you see that there are some ledges built in where there are rocks that are a little bit protruding out that you can kind of gain leverage on to be able to kind of jump your way over a little bit, easier. You wait a few moments and you hear an individual. What's that? You guys kind of keep your heads down, then you hear it again. Yeah, what is that? You see individuals kind of staring up in the sky. Can't make it out, but seems to be, I don't know, don't worry about it. And they kind of seem to be walking. You wait about another 2 minutes. You guys keep on making it almost to where you are parallel with this right castle. You take a few moments from the left one, separate.
How far is like the castle entrance?
The whole like entry
From where
point.
we are from the wall to the castle.
Castle entrance from where you can see in the front is maybe 10 feet. And you see 2 front guards. And you see that there's, like a square like structure that goes around. But from your vantage point, you can't really see around the sides and the back. It's 3 stories tall. You see that there are windows on the first, second, and the third story seems to be completely darked out. There's no windows on the third story. Kind of take a moment. You give it a glance. You hear a few more people. That's something. And then finally, hey God, what is that? That's that thing flying up there. You wait a few moments. You now finally fluttering over. You're about 100 feet over where everybody seems to be kind of standing, and you are now starting to see people kind of pointing up in your direction. You wait a moment. Nobody seems to grab anything to shoot or do anything towards you. Are you just going and dropping it immediately right on top of this, or what is your plan of action here?
So these are like guards that are pointing at me?
No, some are civilians. Some are civilians.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ignore them. I'm gonna just go into the castle.
Do we notice they're pointing up
Yeah.
at them?
Yes. Yeah, I don't. Well, I do notice them, but. I'm gonna go bomb the left castle.
Okay, so as you do this, give me a dexterity check. As you just kind of fly over. It's quite a large building. It's more or less just like how precise. Is there anywhere you wish to aim as you look down from your vantage point?
Are there any like guards like on top of the castle?
Chimney?
Not on top, but you see, 2 men in the front gate like you did on the right side.
Oh, okay. Then if I no need chimneys. Bomb the cat. Nothing specific. I don't think.
Okay.
Just a straight dexterity check.
Yep.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, this is not doing great. 12.
12. You kind of fly over. You try and gauge the vantage point and your speed and whatnot with the wind. You drop it, and quite unsure with exactly what's going to happen, you see that the wind kind of takes it and it kind of drifts it right over the center mass of the building. And as it does so, you see it just kind of hit. See it wait a second, and the impact, you see the bag just kind of flop open, and inside almost looks like a bunch of black marbles. And on the inside, as they hit, they almost kind of scatter, and you see them just kind of bouncing around on the tops of this roof. And you notice it's a stone roof. You wait a second, and then you see these black marbles kind of slowly illuminate. They start going like this yellow, orange, red tint. And as they do so, in a matter of like 2 seconds, you just hear this, and into like just like a scatter of just like almost 1,000 maybe, just in a quick chain succession, just explosions riddling off, and you just see small little chunks of stone just start sharding off and start shooting over off this rooftop. You see people just start ducking, diving kind of out of the scene, trying to take part, trying to not get hit by some of the stones and the debris. You see people trying to put arms over each other, getting out of the street, going up against the walls and trying to just get out of any, point of view where they might not get hit. You see this goes on for about maybe 5 to 6 seconds before it waits. And then you see another second round of succession starts doing it again. And this goes on for about maybe 5 to 6 seconds in total, when you guys finally see people are starting to scatter. You see now it's the perfect time. You see people are kind of in a quick panic. You see that there are guards completely running towards the opposite end of the street where you guys have now established yourself near this right point, and you guys see that this wall where you see these little gouge and stones that are kind of poking out, you guys can make your jump up. Give me athletics checks unless you wish to just neo jump if you want. Yeah, you can acrobatics it. 20? Easy.
10 athletics?
10. Ooh, you watch as he just quickly 2 steps right over 15 feet. You easily just kind of go off of 2 steps, almost barely not even touching your hands, just like weaving like right, left, right, up and over. You though, you just brute force it. It's a little slower. You have your gear on and you just, yep, you're just digging in. Exactly. You tried to use the stones. Your forms and features are a little too big, so you just start going into the wall, just lurching yourself up and over. And you see that as you finally pull yourself over, you just land over and you fall about 15 feet, taking. You take 2 points of damage as you just kind of thud down on the other side. As you do so, you guys look around and you see about, we'll say 7 guards in your vantage point from where you can see, making their way quickly, all in black robes with like a white undertunic with golden emblems and jewelry all adorned. You notice that most of their weapons seem to be embellished with some sort of gold or some sort of very high maintenance jewelry. As you guys see it start running off, you see these guards, as all of this debris, some putting up shields and others trying to put up some sort of cloak or something to kind of shield themselves. It finally stops. You see the dust and debris starting to smoke and billow out as people start rushing into this castle trying to figure out what is going on while others are rushing out. You finally see a mixture of a couple individuals of women and men, some children. You notice that one seems to be like this black tunic man with cut sleeves, huge bronze structure like muscled arms that seems to be carrying just some like slumped body with no head. You see as he makes his way out, he seems to just be carrying it, and you just see blood kind of trailing out into the street as he's walking out of the building with the rest of the evacuees that were inside of this building. You wait a few seconds and you see a man, "We don't need to bring everybody out. Back in, it's fine. We'll get it handled in a minute." And then you see the man immediately just turn and just start dragging the body back inside. You guys now, having a few moments seeing all this transpire, look around. Give me a stealth check. As you guys are now just kind of out in the middle of the field, you guys have about a 30 to 40 foot jaunt that you have to make before you guys need to make it to the side of the building or whatever.
25.
Okay.
14.
All right. So as everybody's running by, okay. So you guys, from what you guys can tell, you don't seem to be noticed. No one seems to have noticed that you guys have made it over the side of the wall. You notice that your friend Orm has dropped this and it's kind of flown off and seems to be circling back as you see this small black speck. Now, as you give me a perception check.
Okay. Okay, math, 21.
21. So you...
Everything that we were watching, was out of that left castle.
Yes.
The castle, the one we're running towards, were people like running out of it toward that?
Yeah, you saw some of the front guards leave and go off. Okay. And then as that happens, you hear Strix, "All right, I'm getting out of here." And he, from the back gate wall, as now you have lurched over it, you just hear the voice and you hear the footsteps take off. You, now with your 21, you see on the front side, the 2 guards that were at the man post have taken off. You see this all happening.
Yeah.
But as you are about 250 feet up in the air, you notice on the sides and the back end, you see 6 guards that seem to be starting to, in an almost half circular motion, 3 on one and 3 on the other, start making their way back around towards the front of this other gate. And you notice that 2, maybe 3 of them seem to have noticed these 2 individuals. They seem to have not noticed it. You see them kind of hunched down, kind of athletically making their way towards this castle, but it looks as if they are quickly jaunting up. You see that some individuals, instead of running over to the other castle, you see that out of these 6, a couple have at least seen them, motion to their comrades.
At this point, I'm gonna mage hand another bag up.
Okay. Well, he's about 200-300 feet up, so you kind of, 60 feet up?
It's
How far?
30
30 feet up? Okay, so you put it up as you guys are making your way towards the front of this castle, trying to get some cover or at least out of the center of the street while this is going on. You guys start making your way, and while this is all happening, that takes you 2-3 seconds. You guys start hearing footsteps kind of coming from, you're not exactly quite sure where. At this point, you kind of start diving down, seeing all of this happen. What are you doing?
If I see another bomb bag,
You do.
I'm gonna grab the bomb bag.
Okay.
And
So as you're flying down, you see these individuals start running around. You guys now, as you're getting closer, you see the Bloodhawk finally, you know, kind of coming down. And as you do so, you're watching this happen. You see Pass in the foreground finally shift to background, and you see guards finally, and they are close, maybe 40-50 feet. You see them just starting to come around the side of this castle, and you see one of them, what it looks like, already drawing some sort of maybe blade or something from around their side, something that is sheathed or at least hidden from your vision. You see 3 immediately tuck around right as you see this bag grabbed right out of the palm of Magnus. As he does so, he turns and looks at you while you meet eyes looking past him. You see these 3 individuals. You see the bag as Magnus holds it out, and you see that there are 3 more. What do you do?
awesome.
Grab one?
I can grab one and throw it up.
Okay, so you guys, you being about 10 feet away, you kind of take one and just kind of toss it to him, and gingerly you kind of catch just the top of it. You holding 2, you holding 1, you turn, looking at the corner. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna throw.
All right, both of you give me
The one
range
that I
attack
have.
throws.
I'm not throwing.
Okay, you're keeping
I'm just
2?
throwing the one
Okay.
at the 2 guards.
Give me a range attack.
AC of pieces is 5.
12? Okay, so you rear back and you throw it. It goes. You see it. Looks as if it's going really close, and then at the right last second, it kind of hits the corner of the castle. But as it does so, you see, and all these marbles and all these basic, like gelatin, like almost globule balls just kind of form out. You see these individuals kind of look down, and what the? You see them in a moment, more than about 1.5 to 2 seconds. These quick chain reactions of red, yellow, and then white of just, and just explosions start scattering out. You see them immediately just get engulfed in this huge, just ripping of stone, ground, dirt, and then a little bit of flesh. As the explosion starts erupting, you see just this melting as the front one just, and the skin just kind of rips down and gets melted in. You see the other 2 kind of pull back, shielding themselves. You see the fragments of whatever the building and the ground material and whatever off the front individual just splinter back like shrapnel into the back too, just kind of piercing into their faces. You see them kind of shield, get knocked down prone, and while this all happens, they seem completely dazed and almost knocked unconscious for maybe a quick second. You see after this, they're dazed. You guys now have a moment, maybe a couple moments. What do you want to do? You now see the front of the castle seems to be unmanned. You see no locking mechanism or anything on the outside of it that maybe indicates it's locked. You see no other guards immediately in your vicinity, though you hear footsteps coming from now the right side. You see nothing, but you just hear doo, doo, doo. At this point, while 5-6 seconds have gone on, you've kind of landed back and have started to make your ascent back up and back towards the left one. As you do so, you have about another 5 to 6 seconds. What are you 2 doing as you guys are hearing these footsteps?
Okay, I'm gonna need you to take this one, throw it as far away on the other side of the wall into the city as you possibly can. I've already. Oh, okay. Bird. There's an explosion.
He's a bird.
More explosions.
I'm a bird.
More explosions.
I'm a bird.
I'm gonna save this one for later.
Bird.
Maybe I can set this place aflame once we save Teldris.
I'm gonna throw it. I'll do what he said.
All right, so you toss it to him and you grab it?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. How far away are the guards?
The ones that you can't, you're not sure you can hear them. You
The
guys
ones
have
that
now
I
made
am
it
dazed.
from you 20 feet. You guys have made it about 15 to 20 feet from the front doorway and to the edge. They've just kind of crested around that corner where you guys just kind of pelted them. You know, they were like maybe 30 feet away, and then they started to approach you. You hit them, and now you hear from the front right of this entry castle point, whatever, swinging around this side, more footsteps.
I'm gonna throw it. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it toward the big middle castle.
Okay, that would be this way. That's not going to be where the footsteps. That's going to be beyond where you just daze these individuals.
We want the footsteps.
That would be throwing it
So
beyond.
they're like on the other side of the castle.
There on the left. You're hearing footsteps on the right, and the castle's clear down here. The one that,
You're here,
I see.
dazed guards, big castle, more footsteps.
Yeah.
and then beyond the big castle is the left castle that
Then,
he's
yeah,
dropping
I'll throw
stuff
it at
on.
that right side corner.
Where you hear
Right
footsteps running around. Okay, so you're not lobbing one into the city.
No.
No? Okay. Range attack roll. You're about 30 feet away. You try and, line them up.
14.
14, easy. This time, you make you wait. You see just a little bit of faint shifting from shadow to darkness where you see an individual moving, and you don't even hesitate. You throw them.
Hits him in the face.
It waits a second. You almost like bounce the bag off the ground, and it just lands perfectly. It scatters out. You see all of these little globule spheres just circulate out, and as they do so, you wait 2 seconds, and then immediately chain reactions. While the second on the other side finally boom, hits a second time, and these dazed individuals finally the one dead. The first impact almost melted part of its body. The second one completely cleans it out. And the other two take significant damage from this large explosion. You see almost like this seeping out now that you didn't see from the one he had dropped of these globules almost like melting together, forming like this pool of almost like melted, almost like flame of lava almost. It's very thin that these individuals...
So to get this, it's like oil.
Oil in a way that's on fire.
The wording, and I love it.
And he just kind of starts like melting into it in a way. And as you do this, you throw this on the right side as it kind of starts melting onto this ground after the explosions go off. You see the chain, the explosions that you stop. You see these 3 individuals now waiting. It's halted and stopped them. You see these explosions, they kind of tuck back, shielding themselves from whatever. What are you guys doing? Running inside. You guys bolt, going straight for the door. You run. As you do so, you guys both shoulder check right into this huge wooden door. And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Motherfucker.
With you guys going right in, and with Orem carrying around.
I have not. No, I'm still holding it now.
Because I'm going to fucking pass out.
I wanted to figure out what he was bombing for.
We'll figure that out next week.
That's fine. I was gonna...
Because he will have seen you guys go in, so I want to leave him the option if he doesn't want to do that, or maybe if he wants to do something else, it's up to him.
I was hoping Big Boy will come back out.
So,
that guy.
So
Big
you
Boy
guys...
came out of middle? Big Castle?
Big Boy came out of left castle.
Oh, Big Boy came out of left castle. Okay.
So yeah, he was the one carrying the body.
Yeah, but
and...
now if you drop the bombs where you dropped them previously,
But yeah.
in the castle.
No, I would go on a little bit longer, but no, I'm
No,
dead.
just
Work,
for-
everything.
just-
Plus, if we get into
Plus, of
anything,
course,
it'll go on for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take it too late. So I figured you guys are probably going to get into something. So we'll pick it up next week. Yeah. It's a good, good cliffhanger there. So you guys bursting into this right. Plus, I mean, with the pacing of that, Seth will probably be here. So that'll probably work out. So the way.
Roll a stealth check to get.
I'm proud about him. Nope.
Man, he's just gonna.
Yeah. I mean, he's quiet. You didn't know he was following you the whole way.
He's like that fucking guy from Black Clover.
I mean, he actually just leveled up his deck, so he's not completely negative now.
Yeah, but he's at disadvantage on stealth.
I know. Well, here, let me roll 2. Let me roll 2 right now.
What level did he hit?
An 18 and a 19, or an 18 and a 12 actually. So he would have been 12. Yeah, because he's not negative. So he needed a 10 to at least not be noticed right away.
Hopefully these explosions that helped.
Right. Well, and you guys are handling some of the immediate threats, so that helps too.
He leveled up last week?
Yeah, he's 9.
Yeah, but is he...
Wait, what?
Warlock?
Level up?
No, he took stat.
I know. What level did he do? Cleric 6?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
It was the week before.
He was Cleric 5, Warlock 3? Oh, is that right?
Let me double check. I
I
can
think he might
pull
be
it up.
Warlock too.
Because I thought he hadn't gotten his Warlock 3 yet.
He is Warlock 4, Cleric 5.
Oh, he never did anything with what fucking pact did he take? I assumed he was gonna take Tome, And then he was going to
But
learn
yeah.
all those
A little shorter, but
things.
well, I went with John for a little bit, and yeah, everything that went down. So yeah, we'll pick up there. Good session.
Has a fuckload of ritual spells.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, you guys got some background on Gildor that you guys didn't know about. That yeah, you guys got to meet Leom, the other Jameson.
Gildor was
Yeah,
cool.
I fucked Gildor real bad.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, till next time.
Playing Vlad. He had a better story. It was more
Thank you all for coming and playing, and yeah, we'll pick it up here next week. Till next time.